Join me Saturday mornings, 8 a.m. on WVON for the Activist Hour.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
The views expressed on our programs are not necessarily those of WVON, Midway Broadcasting Corporation, or our participating sponsors.
It's The Fundamentals with T-Dub and DJ Turbine on Chicago's Essential Storyteller, WVON.
Welcome to The Fundamentals. I'm your host, Titus T-Dub Williams, and we got a great show packed for you tonight. We got to talk about the Bears. The schedule has been released for the new season. Cubs and White Sox right now are doing battle. Not looking good for my White Sox. The Bulls hire a new executive vice president and a whole lot more. So let's get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And now, it's time!
Fundamentals.
These are the fundamentals.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, pay the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, pay the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life.
Fundamentals.
Boy, does it feel good to be alive on a Friday night in the city of Shine. My name is DJ Turbine. I'm feeling pretty good right now. Who's that man?
Yo, it's your boy Titus T-Dub Williams in the building. Can't complain, man.
Hey, man.
Welcome to the Fundamentals.
Welcome, everybody. We took a week off last week. Pardon body. We just had things going on for us.
Yeah.
Life's gonna life.
Yeah.
But when we get our opportunities, get on these mics and entertain you guys just for a little bit of time that we do.
Oh, man, I'm excited.
We do it.
You know it.
We do it.
Yes, sir.
We do it, bud. How you been, buddy? Man, it's been a week since we touched these mics, so how it been?
It's been a very up and down week, as far as emotional. As you do know, and then of course the WVON family, I share it all the time because it's my therapy session. My mom passed away last year, so it's been very tough on my siblings and I. And so this past Sunday was Mother's Day, our first Mother's Day without our mom. And so we decided last year, after she was cremated, that we decided that we were going to spread her ashes this past Mother's Day weekend as our final goodbye to her, gone but not forgotten. And so we ended up doing that on Sunday. It was a beautiful ceremony. We got a boat and went out to Lake Michigan. She said she wanted to be, spread it out in Lake Michigan. So we honored her final request.
That's beautiful. A
lot of it was kind of private. I wouldn't say a lot of friends and family, but I had some support there that came, and my siblings and I and a couple family members extra as well. So it was a beautiful turnout. It's bittersweet because my mom listened to the show every Friday, and she was our main critique on what we could do better and how we sounded and things like that.
I remember.
So it's really hard with her being gone and not being here to to critique me on this. And so I do miss her very much, but I'm happy about her legacy. I'm grateful that I have my siblings, and I can't complain. She was an awesome mother. May her soul rest in peace, and I will be okay.
Happy Mother's Day, Deb.
Happy Mother's Day to your mom as well.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. To my mamacita, to my grandmama, everybody out there. I'm fortunate to have. I do not take that lightly. Trust me, I do not.
Absolutely.
So I'm very fortunate and happy to say that I got those ladies in my life still.
Absolutely.
And, again, man, just a big one to your mom. Honestly, you know how much she meant to me.
Oh, absolutely. I appreciate that. Thank you, brother.
Oh, you know that, bro. You know that, man.
How was your week, Turban?
The week's been all right so far. I ain't gonna lie to you. The Cubbies kind of threw me off because a 4-game losing streak just throws off anybody's week.
Yeah, that's true.
And so, they got back on path last night, doing good right now. Wink, wink.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that a little later. We'll talk about that a little later. I'm being nice. I'm not gonna be,
You're not me. I will be gloating.
I know you. Oh, I know you. You're one of the few guys in my life that knows the buttons or the cheat code combination just to get me to just get road rage.
Left, right, up, down, right, left.
I don't want to hear the cheat code, but you know what to say just to get my horses just. This guy,
you know it, brother.
This guy.
Absolutely.
Oh, you're one of the few guys that I would love to punch in the face, but God knowing I would never do it.
Hey,
So,
I appreciate that. You should see me when we go bowling.
I've been there with you
I'm
bowling.
way worse.
I've been there with you bowling, man.
Fundamentals family, if you come bowling with us, I promise you I'm way worse. I'm way competitive.
Leave the kids at home.
Definitely.
The language is not suitable for
nowhere near approved on FCC Airways.
Not even close. Not even close. Well, welcome everybody to the Fundamentals. Going to round up the team for tonight. Me and T-Dub, the original OGs, doing it for one evening.
Woo!
And by the way, I had to get this off my chest. I don't care what anyone says. Rufus, I'm looking at you, bud. We have the best intro music in this game here. I don't care what anybody says. The music that we put here,
fire, man.
Fire. Because we definitely are the main event of the evening. So, and that's what we're here to do. And bring you some good, quality sports talk and, maybe a little extra stuff sometimes,
a good vibe on the way. Don't hurt nobody.
Well, let's get into a conversation about our Chicago Bears.
Let's do it.
Well, T, I'm going to let you take over real quick.
All right. We got a great special guest as always. Thank him for gracing our presence tonight. I know he's very busy, but showing us much love. We ain't had him on in a little while. Shame on us for not doing that. But he's been so big. He's been everywhere. You see him on the score.
Everywhere.
Man.
Literally everywhere.
Man, CHS.
I can't look left or right.
Man.
I'm getting whiplash.
My whole timeline is him, and I love it, and I'm happy for our brother here. We got Herb Howard from the Big Zone joining us. Herb, welcome to the Fundamentals. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Herb?
Oh, did we lose Herb?
Oh, sorry. Can y'all hear me now?
There we go. Yes,
we got you, bro.
That was my fault. I had it on mute still. My bad. No, it's a pleasure to be here, Titus. I was just saying to you, man, I'm very, very sorry about the passing of your mom, man. Praying for your strength and your family's strength through this hard time. I know no words will suffice, but I'm thinking about you, brother, and I'm praying for you, and I wish you the best of strength going forward, man.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that. It does mean a lot. And all the wishes have been helping keeping me strong. So thank you very much for those kind words.
Indeed.
All right, let's get to this conversation, Herb. Those are kind words, but man, we haven't talked to you for a while, so honestly, we got a couple things to talk about. So let's just get to, I guess.
Y'all don't love me no more, man.
You so busy, man. You be all over the place, man.
I'm about to say, man.
I watch everything that you do, and I like everything.
I'm on the same boat, bro. I'm like, he busy. My man's blowing up out here. Man. I love it. I mean, I'm giving you flowers, man. You're doing amazing work out there, bro.
Nah, man, I appreciate it, man. It's just, it's a blessing. I love the game of football. I love the Bears, and talking about it is an honor and a pleasure, man. So, everybody hits me up to talk about it except y'all.
Oh,
we can't. We catch it left and right.
We got to do better. It's cool. We will do better. We will definitely do better.
We appreciate you every time you get out here, man. So let's just get into the minutia here, man. So last time we talked
to y'all, and I talk to y'all for free. Y'all my brothers. Like everybody else, I'll be like, where the check?
You know what? You right.
I like talking to y'all, and y'all still don't hear me up.
Dang, you right.
Oh,
Fair enough.
I feel bad, bro. I owe you some tacos. All right.
And I talk to y'all on Friday nights.
Man, we appreciate that. We know how the struggle is.
Oh, man, he making me feel bad right now. He making me feel real bad right now.
You know what? I will go in on them tacos, and I will get the margarita.
Okay, you got the margarita. I'll get the tacos. We're gonna make his night really good tonight. All right, Herb.
Okay, all right.
Herb. Last time we talked, we're prior to the draft, so let's go right from the draft. So when it comes to the draft and selections, we already talked about it here on the Fundamentals, who was selected and all that fun jazz. So on your end, give me your breakdown and what you like, what you didn't like when it came to the draft.
Yeah, I mean, look at the first round pick. I obviously like Dylan Thieneman. I thought he was the second best safety in the draft after Caleb Downs went to the Cowboys earlier in the draft. But I think most people did not expect for Dylan Thieneman to make it to 25 for the Bears. A lot of people thought he might go 18 to Minnesota or somewhere in between, and he didn't. He was sitting there for him, and they took him. It was certainly a need position. The Bears lost both of their starting safeties. In fact, at the end of the season, all of their safeties on the entire roster were out of contract, and so they definitely needed a starting safety to come in and put opposite Kobe Bryant, who they signed in free agency coming over from the Super Bowl champion Seahawks. And so I think Dylan Thieneman was a very good pick. He's productive in college, a guy who had over 300 tackles in his collegiate career. He's fast, running a 4.3 at the combine. He's athletic. He's productive. And so, I thought that was a very, very good pick. He should start from day one for them. They certainly need him too. And you go after that, you go through the draft, and what you see is the Bears arriving at a different space, a space in which most Bears fans have not seen them at before. And that's a space where they say, we specifically draft for things that we need. Yeah. Very specific, very, very, very particular roles on their team right now. So you look at, Logan Jones, the center from Iowa. Iowa consistently turns out great offensive linemen from college. I think Logan Jones won't be any different. He'll certainly be the Bears' answer at center for the long term. Whether or not he starts day one this year, I don't know. They obviously made the trade and brought over Bradbury from the Patriots earlier in the offseason, but at some point Logan Jones will take over. If not this season, then next year he'll become the Bears starting center. I mean, hopefully he'll be there for 10 years. But you move on from there and you look at what they were able to do in the third round. Sam Roush, the tight end out of Stanford, third round pick to be your number 3 tight end. A lot of people are like, yeah, that's too early to draft your number 3 tight end. And traditionally, I would agree with you. But again, the Bears are at a space now where they say, we value certain positions maybe more than other teams do. We value our number 3 tight end in a different way, and we think he could be the very best number 3 tight end, in this particular draft. So the fact that they have Colston Loveland and Cole Kmet didn't deter them from saying we still need Sam Roush. You look at what they were able to do last year with Smythe, and he played 30% of the snaps. And so if you talk about somebody who does that, you look at some of the bigger plays of the Bears last year, the touchdown that Cole Kmet had against the Rams, you look at the touchdown that Colston Loveland had against the Bengals, touchdown that DJ Moore had against the Packers, all of those came out of 13 personnel with 3 tight ends on the field. So Coach Ben Johnson likes to utilize that particular package. He needed the 3rd tight end. He thought it's the best one, take him. I think they did the same thing, if they moved forward in the 3rd round when they selected Xavier Thomas out of LSU, the receiver with the 4.2 speed. He's a guy who can do a lot of different things. He scored touchdowns 4 different ways in college. He's got dynamic playmaking ability. He can be a kick returner for you. He can also be a gadget player for you on offense. You look at him putting him in the backfield. You look at him using him end arounds, wide receiver screens. I think he's the guy that you get the ball in his hands, get him in space. He can make plays for you. So I think they're just looking at, guys who can help them in very specific roles. And I know a lot of Bears fans didn't necessarily digest the draft well. They didn't necessarily approve of how it went, but they're just not used to being in the space where this team is drafting for very specific needs. They don't need a quarterback per se right now. You know what I mean? They're not necessarily looking for a number 1 receiver, but a number 3, number 4 receiver who can do some gadget things for you. That was attractive to them. And so I think that's what we saw in the draft.
See, last week we had after the draft, we had a scorecard and gave it grade letters. And myself and Turbine, we both gave the draft a B-, if I remember correctly.
Yes,
because of the fact is, like you said, we drafted needs instead of the best player available, what we thought. And then one thing that I also thought that they did well was they stuck to their draft board. They knew they had specific needs for the team. They went and executed, and they were patient with their picks. And the one thing I will say that confused all of us was the whole Sam Roush thing. We got a nickname for him on the show. We call him H&R Block. That's a whole nother story. But we all just were a little confused about that. But when we broke it down and looked at what he did last year, he tried to run a lot of 13 personnel. And so when you losing that 3rd tight end and you getting there in Roush, that a lot of easy scores happen with Smythe, Cole Kmet, or Colston Loveland in the back of the end zone, and particularly close to the end zone is where those tight ends scored at. So it made sense why they got a blocking tight end to come in to be able to, he's eligible, or maybe he can come off and do some type of route to be able to get open space and get the ball, or can just jump up and get the ball in that space, because the Bears struggled a little bit in the red zone with finishing drives. So it made perfect sense when you went back and did your homework on why they drafted a tight end.
Yeah, I mean they value that position. I don't expect him to catch more than 15 passes this year. I don't expect him to be targeted much more than that, but it is what it is in terms of his ability to be an asset in the run blocking game. And what it does is it creates mismatches versus the defense. When you go 13 personnel, the defense has to respond to that with a bigger lineup. So you get 3 linebackers on the field at least, and the defense goes big. And now, because the Bears have versatile tight ends in Colston Loveland and Cole Kmet, now you can spread those guys out and you create mismatches like we saw in the playoff game where you saw Colston Loveland get the 2-point conversion because he was matched up against a linebacker.
Yeah.
A linebacker who had no business split out wide against Colston Loveland. That was easy pitch and catches the minute they lined up. And so I think Ben Johnson is just trying to create mismatches both in the run game, but also in the passing game.
All right, thanks, Herb. Next question I got for you was, when I looked at this year's draft class and last year's draft class, we clearly draft, like you said, for specific reasons. And opposed to last year, I want to ask, because last year, a majority of those draft class actually contributed in a starting fashion or one other way. This year, we got 7. So I want to ask just a rough number. I'm looking at it, and this me personally, I'm looking at maybe 3 key contributors so far out of this draft class that will be, obviously Thieneman in the first round. I'm looking at Thomas in the 3rd. And then, honestly, I'm looking at who's the defensive line. We got the 6th round,
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, Vandenberg, whatever his name was. I'm thinking that those are going to be the key contributors, that because everybody else seems like they're in a position where they're going to competition or a backup role. So I want to ask you, what do you think when it comes to that? Like, are we out of the 7? How many do you think are going to be key contributors this season coming up?
Yeah, I don't know. Certainly Dylan Thieneman will be. Logan Jones could potentially become the starter at center. If he doesn't, then he won't be a key contributor, but he'll be a guy that's going to play center for the Bears for many, many years going forward. I think Sam Roush will be a key contributor for the Bears. I think he'll play 35% of the snaps for the Bears this season. That's a significant contribution. I look at Xavion Thomas, and he will be a kick returner, and he'll also have some gadget plays. Like, he'll touch the ball probably 70, 75 times this year in terms of kick returns and his gadget plays. I think that's a significant contribution, especially when you talk about a guy who's got 4.2 speed, getting the ball 70, 75 times. He could score 3, 4, 5 times in those touches. And so I think that could be a significant contribution as well. Other than that, I don't know. Malik Muhammad could potentially compete for some playing time. I don't know what that looks like for him right away. Jordan Vandenberg, I think he's a piece that can come in and compete and add to the rotation potentially. I don't know how big of a contribution he'll make right away, but I think, again, it speaks to the place that the Bears are in right now in terms of their roster development. I think so often with the Bears, they've been in the place of trying to restart, trying to start their roster, trying to find some new talent to get things going in the right direction. Now they're going in the right direction. They're just looking for pieces to kind of finish the roster. And so when you talk about finishing the roster, some of those guys are going to be special teams contributors. Some of those guys are going to be gadget players. Some of those guys are going to be, backup role players. And so I think these guys will contribute, maybe not in the way that we saw last year with Colston Loveland, Luther Burden, Kyle Monangai, Avi Shapiro, but I think they'll certainly have roles on this team, and I think they'll be very important to what the Bears want to do if they want to play, deep into January and maybe play the last game in February.
So, Herb, I want to switch it a little bit up just a smidge, talk about the defensive side of the ball. We've seen a lot of moves happen in the secondary. Of course, we talk about Thieneman being drafted, of course, and being potentially the starting safety. But I also want to talk about the cornerback room. We've seen a lot of moves there happen. We've seen last year pick Zay get cut a couple weeks ago.
Zay Frazier,
thank you. We've seen him get cut a couple weeks ago.
Nashawn's
gone as well. And so, they look like they seemingly got more faster guys on defense to come in and be able to move and, create defensive plays to still get those takeaways, but also not get beat in coverage. So with that being said, what do you think about players that's still here, like a Tyreek Stevenson, players like that? What do you think their roles will be this upcoming season?
Yeah, I think you go into the training camp initially with the plan being Jalen Johnson as the number 1 corner and Tyreek Stevenson as the number 2 corner. But you'll create competition, and you'll see what that kind of looks like as we go through the process. Malik Muhammad will have an opportunity to compete. You sign Cam Lewis, he can compete at nickel. Obviously, Kyler Gordon is there, but there's questions about Kyler Gordon's health. I think Kyler Gordon is a phenomenal player. I love him as a person, one of my favorite players on the team. But you got to account for the fact that he may not be able to play 17 games for you. So they got Cam Lewis, they got Josh Blackwell in there as well. And so I think they've put themselves in a position to where if they have to rely on some other guys other than what their initial plan is, I think they're going to start with the secondary looking like Jalen Johnson, Tyreek Stevenson, Kyler Gordon, Kobe Bryant, and Dylan Thieneman. But if they have to pivot from those, I think they feel good about the options that they have behind those guys. And what happened with Zay Frazier was unfortunate. He had his personal issues last year that kept him off the field after being drafted in the 5th round for the entire season. And so we never really understood what that was about with any, absolute clarity. And then this year you come in and you think he's going to be able to contribute or compete. And it's like, nah, we're going to move on from him. They released him right before, the start of rookie minicamp. So you don't know what that was about. Maybe we'll find out, maybe we won't. But at the end of the day, that was a 5th round pick. I think they still feel good about players like Terrell Smith. Smitty's somebody they've always believed in. He'll factor into that competition as well. And then we'll just kind of see how it goes from there.
Herb, I also want to still keep it on defense real quick. I had another question. This one, of course, is regarding our favorite topic to talk about is the defensive line. You had asked being a great question this offseason, right after the draft, and talked about the defensive line. And, Ben Johnson's response was, we need better coaching. What does that look like in a sense? What did he mean by that as far as better coaching? I understand you have the personnel that you have and you didn't go out and make any key splashes, but at the same time, you still have what you have here, and you got to make the best of what that means. So what did he mean by better coaching?
Yeah, I think we didn't really get a great clarity on that until we heard from defensive coordinator Dennis Allen last week. And DA said that, him and Ben talked about that, and what he articulated to the media was that they've got to be better in terms of telling the guys how to do what it is they want to do, right? And so when you come in as a first, as a new regime, a new coaching staff, you're trying to tell the guys what to do. Here is the system. Here are the plays. Here are the schemes. Here's where you're supposed to line up. But in terms of how exactly we want you to get to where you're supposed to be, that can sometimes take a back burner in favor of just trying to get guys in the right space. You know what I mean? It's the first year. The second year, you can get into more details. You can get into more of the fundamentals. Shout out to the fundamentals. You can get into more of the fundamentals in terms of, hand placement, foot placement. How do 4 people rush as one? And you heard Dennis Allen talk about, sometimes we'll have plays where we got a great rush from one of the guys, but maybe not so much from another one of the guys, which allow the quarterback to kind of step up into that lane and escape. And so you got to have the defensive line rushing 4 as one. And I think that's more so about understanding what your teammates are doing while you're doing what you're supposed to be doing in a very specific way. And so, listen, am I buying what they're selling completely to say, all we got to do is coach this up better and we'll be fine? I'm not saying I'm buying that completely. I'm saying that's what they're selling, right? And
fair enough.
We'll see. We'll see if that works out, right? We'll see if that can, total up to them being more productive than they were without necessarily increasing the talent. I don't think they've done a lot to increase the talent. They're hopeful that they'll get more production from some of the same players. I think Austin Booker is a guy that you look at and say, okay, I can reasonably expect him to take a step forward if he remains healthy. You know what you're going to get from Montez Sweat. I think he can be a difference maker at times. He's not an every down game wrecker like some of the top DNs in the league. And then you're hopeful about guys like, Shamar Turner coming back from his injury, the 2nd round pick last year. You're hopeful about Dayo Dangbo. You're hopeful, that some of these guys can just kind of take that next step when you look at Javon Dexter and his final year of his rookie deal. Can he, play a little bit more of an inspired brand of football to make a difference on a down out basis? Right now, I think they're more hopeful than sure. At least I'm more hopeful than sure. Maybe the Bears feel like they're more sure about it than I am, but I think that's what they're banking on, and just the ability to coach the details up a little bit better, and hopefully that turns into more production.
Hey, Herb, I had another question. I got a couple people asking me personally. The linebacker core is looking nice after what we picked up and then did a couple, draft moves here and there. It looks like, at least for the projection looks like D-Jack and Bush are going to be the two starters when it comes to day one. But I was asked about TJ Edwards and where he's at when it comes to his rehab. Do you have an update on that by chance?
Yeah, no real update on it. What we're hearing right now is that he's on schedule. I don't know what that schedule is. We'll find out more about that as we get into, training camp and preseason. We'll kind of see where he is. I think ideally they want TJ Edwards on the field as they kind of get started into the regular season. If it takes them a little bit more time, it's not ideal for them. But I do think they feel comfortable with D-Jack and what he was able to do last year when he stepped in. He played at a pretty high level when they, had TJ go down and you had Tremaine go down for some time. I think they felt pretty good about what they were able to do. That being said, I think they want TJ Edwards on the field. They also brought Jack Sanborn back. You got Noah Sewell, who's also dealing with an injury. He had an Achilles later in the year, so he's going to be coming back from that. They drafted Ruben Hippolyte in the fourth round last year. So I think they got some pieces in that linebacker room that they feel good about. We got to see how it comes together throughout the offseason in terms of their overall health.
Herb, I got another question for you. This one is regarding the offense. We didn't talk much about it yet, but I'm going to it now. So everybody's talking about this whole big thing with Caleb Williams going into year 3 that, there's probably going to be some type of regression with the Bears. And, of course, with the schedule release, and we're going to get into that as well. But talking about the schedule, also, there might be a little bit of regression because the Bears might fall off in the next season because of, figuring things out and whole different team, things of that nature. I don't buy into that. I believe that it's a whole new season every season. So with that being said, my expectations for the offense are going to be that I feel like the offense has to score a lot of points. They're going to rely on the defense to, make some stops, but really the offense is supposed to take the big step this year in order to win football games. Do you think that's necessarily true?
Yeah, I think two things can be true. One, the offense certainly should be expected to take a big step forward. It's year 2 in Ben Johnson's system. It's year 3 for Caleb. You got a lot of those rookies who contributed greatly last year coming into their second years. You expect that kind of sophomore jump from those guys as well. Luther Burton stepping into that role to be a much more significant part of the offense. I think Colson Loveland showed himself last year to where he's on a trajectory to be one of, if not the very best tight ends in the National Football League going forward. Common Unguy certainly contributed as well. And so, I think offensively, you want that unit to take a step forward and kind of lead this team going forward. But I wouldn't say that independent of the defense. They need to do their part too. Football is a very, very complementary sport.
Absolutely.
Everything goes together. The offense, the defense, special teams, it all works together. And if any one of those units are not pulling their own weight, it could be to the detriment of the other. And so the defense is so porous that, they're constantly giving up points. It'll harm the offense in the fact that they're going to be constantly trying to play from behind, and that kind of dictates the plays that you call, those types of things. And so I think it all goes together. The defense cannot be absolved of their responsibility to this team right now. And so maybe they're the weaker unit, in terms of expectations going in, sure, but they're going to have to carry that weight. The Bears are going to reach the heights that they hope to reach. They went to the divisional round in the playoffs last year. They have higher aspirations this year. If they're going to get there, they're going to need the defense to do their part.
Herb, I got one last question for you. The schedule was released yesterday for pretty much every team. So I want to give your knee-jerk reaction when it comes to the Bears schedule that came out yesterday.
Yeah, first thing that jumps out is the amount of primetime games, right? They got 6, 7 primetime games, a lot of standalone games. They're playing on Thursday. They're playing on Saturday. They're playing on Sunday. They playing on Monday nights. And so I think
they want to see us.
Very, very intrigued by the Bears, right? So I think the National Football League is better when the Bears are good. They have a huge fan base, and NFL understands that. They know what it means in terms of the viewership and how they can monetize that with the network. So they put the Bears in a lot of primetime games this season. They play on Christmas Day. They play on Thanksgiving Day.
I'm so excited.
I think, those are the things that jump out to me first. But also, you got to understand that the Bears are playing a first-place schedule, right? They won the division last year. And when you do that, that means you play a first-place schedule the following year. And so when you look at the three, obviously you play your six division games, and then you play 2 other divisions this year for the Bears. That's the NFC South and the AFC East. But then there are 3 other games that you play for the Bears. That's the Seattle Seahawks, is the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Those are the first place teams from those divisions. And so, with that first place schedule, that's different. You look at like Detroit, and Detroit plays those same 3 divisional opponents, but they play the last place teams. So they play the Commanders, the Titans, and the Arizona Cardinals from those respective divisions. And so, playing that first place schedule is a little bit different. The Bears have the toughest strength of schedule on paper going into the season. Now, does that mean a ton? I don't know, right? You got to kind of wait and see how these teams turn out. But on paper, they got a really, really tough schedule, and they got to be able to take care of business. What jumps out to me also is that they get 3 home games in their first 4 weeks. They got to be able to take care of business. They open up, obviously, on the road at the Carolina Panthers. That's the game they should be able to win. But then they come home for Minnesota, Philly, and the Jets. If they can take care of business in those games, and I'm not saying that'll be easy. Minnesota's a division game. Got to find out what's going on with Kyler Murray, with this new team that he's got. The Philadelphia Eagles are obviously a tough team. The Bears went to Philly and took care of business on them last year, but they're still a really, really good team with championship pedigree. And then you got the Jets. If the Bears can play their best ball, they could potentially get out to a 4-0 start. And that'll give them a cushion because they got a really tough stretch in the middle of that season where they got 5 games against some really, really tough opponents, including the Packers, and then both Super Bowl teams with the Patriots and the Seahawks. So they got to be able to navigate that schedule in a way that won't be really, really easy for them. And so what jumps out to me is the first place schedule, the amount of primetime games, and the fact they have an opportunity to get out to a quick start. If they don't get out to a quick start, I don't know if the season's going to go the way they want it to.
Well, Herb, one thing I'm going to say about the schedule is that it looks like I'm hoping that history repeats itself. The same 2 teams that won the Super Bowl played 20 years ago and went to the Super Bowl. And so 20 years later, they won the Super Bowl. So I'm going to be one of those fans and be like, hey, Bears, I think we'll be playing on Valentine's Day this year in February. So I'm hoping that's the case. But if you also look at another part of history, unfortunately, it's true, but at the same time, it's a little heartbreaking. The 2017 Falcons had the same exact thing where they had won their division and that they had the hardest schedule, but they end up going to the Super Bowl. So if that's any consolation to Bears fans, it is possible. However, I don't want to say this, but they did lose. But again, let's not talk about that. Let's dwell in the goodness.
It was up. It was up 23 or something. They was up, so they should have won. But,
exactly.
Listen, if you think you win the Super Bowl, you got to be able to beat any team in the league anyway. So, ain't no point in ducking none of the smoke. If you got to play the best teams, you got to play the best teams. If you can win the Super Bowl, you can beat them anyway. So the schedule is what it is. No good deed goes unpunished. You won your division last year as a good deed. The punishment is you got a first place schedule this year. Go out there and prove you belong and take care of business.
Absolutely. Herb, thank you so much for coming on. We greatly appreciate your time as always. Please let the people know how they can find you.
Yeah, no doubt, man. You can follow me on Twitter at Herb Howard 411. You can follow my work, the Bigs .us or the Bigs Media on YouTube. You can find a lot of my interviews. We've had a great couple of one-on-one sessions with General Manager Ryan Poles and Head Coach Ben Johnson this offseason. Those are available on the Bigs Media YouTube page. So all the work, we'll bring you the latest as we go throughout the offseason and look forward to what should be a pretty interesting and fun season for the Chicago Bears.
All right, we thank you. I'm pretty sure this ain't going to be the last conversation we have with you up until the season. But again, we thank you for the time you gave us.
Sure. No, I'm playing. Thank you all so much, man. I appreciate you having me.
You know what? Just for that, we bring you back next week. We don't know what we're going to talk about you, but you coming back.
All right, man. Y'all be good.
You too, man.
Have a good one, bro. Be safe.
Have a good weekend.
All right, y'all. That's been Herb Howard of the Bigs Media. I'm telling y'all, if you check them out on YouTube, they doing a lot of fun things over there. And then I'm telling you right now, I can't listen to what sports network here in Chicago without having Herb out there.
I'm swear, man. This is awesome.
If you heard him here, you heard him there, you heard him everywhere. You know what I'm saying? He's a good guy to listen to. I'm telling you right now.
Absolutely.
But, we got to pay some bills right now, T.
Let's do it. 773-591-1690 is the number to join the conversation. We are also up on Facebook Live, so please comment and share the show. This is The Fundamentals. We'll be back in a moment.
The talk of Chicago and the voice of the nation is 1690 AM WVON, Berwyn, Chicago.
Held by Representative James Clyburn urged them to, quote, get it done, end quote. And rapper Kodak Black is facing new charges in Broward County, Florida for attempting to elude police and resisting an officer without violence. His attorneys are questioning the February traffic stop, saying officers did not use lights, sirens, or tell him to pull over. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
I'm Vanessa Tyler on the Black Information Network, your home for Black News First.
Lord, save us, Lord, save us. Let someone see us, Lord.
God must have heard their prayers. 11 people stranded after their plane went down. Black survivors, including Olympia Ouden, her son, her niece, and 8 others, flying to Freeport in the Bahamas when their plane crashed about 80 miles off the coast of Melbourne, Florida, in the middle of a storm, in the middle of the ocean. The pilot landing on the choppy water, pitch black water, as far as the eye can see.
Because all they see was more dark water around us.
Part adventure, all horror. Passengers on the wing of the sinking small plane as it rained even harder. Her son located the life raft, inflated it. They piled in and prayed.
So I get in the boat, everybody get in the boat. There was 11 of us. We was out there for 5 hours. We was in a little storm. Warm rain speak on us. We thought no one would have saw us. But I thank God for the U.S. Marines. They saw us. And they saved us.
The plane let out a distress signal which notified the Coast Guard. The 920 Rescue Wing helicopter flying overhead, plucking each up and out to safety just in the nick of time because that life raft was sinking too.
They saved all of us.
Speaking at a hospital news conference, doctors say broken bones, lacerations, but the miracle? All survive. A New York City Black woman's birthday turns into her death day when, while in Jamaica to celebrate her 35th birthday, Melissa Curry Samneth was wheeled into a hospital in Jamaica and left there. Police on the island say her new husband, who lives in Jamaica, dumped her there. She died of blunt force trauma. Relatives back home say they got a text from her giving her location and telling them to call the cops. It was too late. A GoFundMe is set up by her family. As far as the husband, police identify the Black man as Dane Watson, and he is a person of interest. Fraud has been ripping you off, and VP J.D. Vance says no more.
When the president of the United States said, JD, we've got a fraud problem and I want you to tackle it, I was so proud and so happy to be able to do it.
Vance says fraud impacts multiple victims, including taxpayers, doctors, and patients. Chicago's Mayor Brandon Johnson has a meeting at the end of the month with the Pope, and he knows exactly what to bring the pontiff with the Windy City roots, a Cubs hat. And Mayor Johnson plans to thank Pope Leo for his moral leadership at a time when America's humanity is in question.
I'm going to say to him, I'm going to thank him for his moral clarity, standing up for the most vulnerable, making sure that the people who are the least of these have more than what they need.
For more on these stories and international, national, state, and local news impacting the Black community, listen to the Black Information Network on the iHeartRadio app or log on to BINnews.com. I'm Vanessa Tyler on the Black Information Network, your home for Black News First.
An education is a transformation. The Thurgood Marshall College Fund makes it possible. We're America's largest organization that exclusively represents the HBCU community. Every day, we transform lives through scholarships, professional development, and career advancement opportunities. We also connect companies with exceptional HBCU talent through workforce development initiatives. Join the transformation. Apply, donate, or partner with us today at tmcf.org.
Losing weight and being healthier can be tricky, especially with limited time and or money. But even with those hurdles, the fundamentals are the same. Empty calories and sugars and solid fats will keep you from reaching your goals. Replacing them with fruits, vegetables, and lean meats will give your body the energy it needs. Besides producing more energy so you can stay active, they also keep you fuller longer. Making dietary changes in steps instead of all at once dramatically improves your chance of success. Here's to your health. I'm Carmela for the Black Information Network.
News Black America trusts.
The Black Information Network.
The Black Information Network on iHeartRadio.
I'm Mike Stevens on your home for Black News First, the Black Information Network.
Sentencing is coming in 2 months for a white police officer who shot and killed a black man in Columbus, Ohio. The death of Casey Goodson Jr. happened at about the same time as a few other black men were killed by police in that city, which also took place during the year George Floyd was killed in Minnesota. In this case, Deputy Jason Meade was found guilty of reckless homicide. The officer said he saw the 23-year-old black man holding a gun and turning toward him in the doorway of a house. Goodson was licensed to carry, but nobody else reported seeing him with the gun in his hand. In fact, prosecutors say in one hand he had sandwiches he was bringing into his grandmother's house, and in the other hand he had keys, not a gun. The jury agreed and found the officer guilty of a lesser charge, but not guilty of a more serious one. African-American Sean Walton is the Goodson's family attorney. While grateful for a guilty verdict, he says Deputy Meade is not representative of all law enforcement.
Jason Meade is one individual who is charged and convicted criminally, but he is not who police officers are, and it should not be framed as that. This should not be a divisive moment. It should be an opportunity to heal. All of this is a very powerful moment.
Deputy Meade's bond has been revoked until his sentencing on July 16th. He's facing a maximum of 5 years in prison. Around the country in red states, many black Democratic congressmen and congresswomen are feeling the impact of Republican efforts to get rid of them. The way their congressional districts are being reconfigured, black voters and the candidates they support are going to be limited in the upcoming midterm elections in many places. Louisiana's 6th District Representative Cleo Fields is one of them. He spoke with BIN's political commentator Roland Martin on his Unfiltered podcast on why the actions taken by his state are wrong.
People had already voted. The Secretary of State had sent out over 100,000 ballots. And of that 100,000 ballots, about 42,000 people had already returned those ballots. These are elderly people. These are people who live overseas in the military. It is just absolutely unconscionable, to say the least, to have a governor of any state to say that, so what? You just got to go back to the polls and vote again.
He says this is particularly insulting and disrespectful to African-American voters, wherever this type of Republican redistricting is being done.
People died for this precious right. This is the new Reconstruction. Black voters, particularly black voters in the southern part of our country, just don't have anything to hold on to in protecting their right, not just to vote, but their right to participate in the process.
And by the way, the Black Information Network is presenting a special program about the redistricting going on in red states around the country. It is called Black Power, a call to action. It airs Monday, May 18th at 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm Mike Stevens on your home for Black News First, the Black Information Network.
This is Morgan Wood from the Black Information Network, sharing Black history around America. More than 200,000 Black soldiers fought in the Civil War, many for a freedom they have never known. The African American Civil War Museum in Washington, D.C. honors their service, sacrifice, and determination to claim citizenship and dignity in America. To learn more about the African American Civil War Museum, visit BINnews.com/history. I'm Morgan Wood, and my history lives here.
Stay informed, empowered, and ahead of the curve with the BIN News This Hour podcast. Updated hourly to bring you the latest stories shaping the Black community. From breaking headlines to cultural milestones, the Black Information Network delivers the facts, the voices, and the perspectives that matter 24/7. Listen to the BIN News This Hour podcast on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow the BIN News This Hour podcast and start listening on the iHeartRadio app today.
Most people know about Restaurant Week, but not everyone knows there's a Black Restaurant Week born in Houston, Texas in 2016, and is now spreading to cities across the country. It's more than just menus, it's a movement.
And so we really want to create something that was more all-inclusive to the creative things we were seeing happening in the food scene.
That's one of the 3 founders, Fallon Farrell.
As we've grown through the years, we've literally watched businesses start off as like a pop-up food tent and now having like 2 or 3 locations.
From soul food kitchens to hidden gem caterers, Black Restaurant Week shines a light where it's long been missing. It's helped generate tens of millions of dollars for Black-owned businesses, keeping legacies alive and creating new ones. And it's part of Black history still being written every time a diner takes that first bite. I'm Esther Dillard for the Black Information Network.
Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Black man, invest in yourself. Rest, reflect, and reach out, because a strong mind builds a better future for you and your community. Learn more at 988lifeline.org.
Honest, credible, trusted.
The Black Information Network. BIN.
Your community, your coverage. Telling your story.
An 80-year-old Black veteran in Florida was attacked in a suspected hate crime after a stranger lured him outside his home.
Because it's our story.
4 unelected judges would overturn the votes of more than 3 million citizens in Virginia. Is this what Republicans are celebrating right now?
On a 24/7 news network.
We solidify our commitment to prioritizing compassion over criminalization, treatment over trauma.
The Black Information Network. Black News First.
BIN News this hour. I'm Andrea Coleman. Coming up,
it is mostly like him, because I know that that's what the 13th district was accustomed to. And they loved him and the policies.
The daughter of a late congressman looks to fill her father's seat. And the Georgia primary is just days away. Several Black candidates are running for office, 5 in the governor's race alone. But first, here's BIN News Now. Congress is down 2 Black lawmakers this session. Representative Sheila Sherfilis McCormick resigned after facing 25 violations tied to her alleged use of COVID relief funds. And Congressman David Scott recently passed away. Now Scott's daughter, Marcy Scott, is running to complete the remainder of her father's term.
Well, it was a no-brainer. This has always been in the works. I had my plans. He had his plans. God had his plans. So
Scott is one of 6 candidates running to replace her father. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp has set a special election for the seat for Tuesday, July 28th. If needed, a runoff will be held August 25th. Scott died on April 22nd at the age of 80. He spent nearly 5 decades in public service at the state and national levels. As far as Sherfilis McCormick is concerned, earlier this week, the former U.S. representative from South Florida announced she's seeking the Democratic nomination in the reconfigured 20th Congressional District. We will keep you posted on both elections. Well, today was the last day for early voting in Georgia. The state's midterm primary will decide who will be on the ballot for the general election in November. 5 Black candidates are seeking the Democratic nomination for governor. Former Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms has held a significant lead in the race for several weeks. Bottoms stopped by BIN's Atlanta studios a few weeks ago and talked about the support she was receiving at that time.
The grace of God is sufficient, and we've been putting in the work. We've been moving around the state and really working to earn the votes of people. I'm very fortunate in that people know me. My name ID in polling terms is pretty high. It's over 90%, but that's only part of the battle. One is introducing yourself, and then secondly, earning the votes. And that's what we've been moving around the state doing, going to people, meeting them where they are, talking about the issues that matter to them most. And the great thing is that when I'm going into cities and communities, I am getting as much as I believe I'm giving. Of course, I'm speaking about myself as a candidate and my platform, but I'm taking away so much that's helping me form policies and perfect policies that hopefully, God willing, I'll have that opportunity to put into action when I'm elected governor.
Voters who did not cast their ballot by today will be able to vote on Tuesday, May 19th for the primary. The general election will be held on November 3rd. BIN will cover the Georgia primary election and have the results for you once they become available. Well, be sure to tune in to a special report on the recent U.S. Supreme Court decision in Louisiana versus Calais and its implications on the Black community. Black Power Call to Action airs Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern. This is BIN News this hour. Be sure to follow us wherever you get your podcast. I'm Andrea Coleman on the Black Information Network, home of Black News First.
Here's what's trending this hour. President Trump is returning to Washington, D.C. after a high-stakes summit with China's president in Beijing. The two leaders talked about the ongoing war in Iran, among many other topics, with China considered Iran's largest trading partner. A double murderer, Raymond Johnson, who is Black, has been executed in Oklahoma. And the Supreme Court has allowed the abortion drug mifepristone to be sent to women by mail. I'm Amber Payton, and that's what's trending.
Sports on the Black Information Network.
The 2026 NFL schedule has been released, and for only the second time, the regular season will start on a Wednesday. The last time the NFL season started on a Wednesday was back in 2012 to accommodate then President Barack Obama at the Democratic National Convention. The NFL will play a record 9 international games in 2026 across 4 continents and 7 countries. The games will air on ESPN, Fox, NFL Network, NBC, CBS, along with streaming and digital first brands.
I mean, with my future, I don't know. I'm still fresh from, obviously losing.
LeBron James, who's entering free agency this offseason, has some decisions to make.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the future holds for me, obviously.
The 22-year NBA veteran has garnered interest from several teams, including the Cleveland Cavaliers, Golden State Warriors, and Los Angeles Lakers.
Said I left everything I could out on the floor. Hate losing, obviously, but locked in on what we needed to do throughout the postseason, throughout 10 games. Obviously, we fell a little short, obviously, but not looking at my year as a disappointment. That's for damn sure.
It's your sports at 14 and 44 past each and every hour. I'm Ree Harris on the Black Information Network.
Because trust matters.
The Black Information Network. This is BIN on iHeartRadio.
I'm Mike Moore.
And I'm Nicole Deal on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Charlotte, North Carolina's search for an interim mayor is drawing response. Charlotte NAACP branch president Corrigan Mack, who is Black, has released a statement regarding what she says are lobbying efforts by white candidates for the interim seat left vacant by African-American Mayor Vi Lyles. The statement read in part, "Our mayor, who recently resigned, is a Black woman who is a registered Democrat."
And the reason I said it is because all over the country, Black representation is being stripped. We have 2 specific lawsuits that we're all looking at, both Louisiana as well as in Alabama.
Mack expressed their concerns after former Charlotte Mayor Jennifer Roberts said, quote, she's willing to serve as interim mayor after Lyle's decision to step down on June 30th.
A Black mother of 3 is dealing with the long healing process doctors say she faces after being hit by a train. Sonja Celius is from Phoenix, Arizona. She's now dealing with the medical aftermath of being struck by a train on April 25th. Her injuries are being described as very severe, and both of her legs have been amputated. Her daughter describes the initial news as devastating and emotionally crushing. The accident is still under investigation, with the rail crossing being flagged for safety concerns in the past. Celius remains hospitalized in critical condition, facing a long recovery. Now to Illinois, where the city of Chicago is expanding the crisis assistance response and engagement programs citywide. Black Mayor Brandon Johnson says the expansion builds upon his administration's commitment to expand public mental and behavioral health resources throughout the city.
We solidify our commitment to prioritizing compassion over criminalization, treatment over trauma, and to meeting our people where they are with the support that they need.
The CARE program deploys trained behavioral health professionals and EMTs to respond to individuals experiencing mental health crises and socio-emotional distress. The program previously only operated in 6 police districts.
Now to Florida and its Attorney General. He's escalating his fight with the NFL over its diversity hiring policy known as the Rooney Rule. AG James Uthmeyer has now issued a subpoena to the league, arguing the rule requiring teams to interview minority candidates for top jobs may violate state laws against race-based hiring. While the NFL recently updated its website and said some policies were misrepresented, Uthmeyer says those changes only raise more questions. And finally, thousands gathered at Howard University for the 158th commencement convocation while a new HBCU-themed store opened its doors. The HBCU News store is owned by Sandra Long, who is Black. It opened at Union Station in D.C. The store offers a variety of HBCU-related merchandise and celebrates the culture and legacy of HBCUs. I'm Mike Moore, along with Nicole Deal, on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Here are the top Notorious B.I.G. songs that you thumbed up. Number 3, Big Papa.
Jump in the Rover and come over. Tell your friends jump in the GM3. I got the and I ride the trees. Throw your hands in the air if you's a true player. To the honeys, getting money, playing fellas like dummies.
Number 2, Hypnotize.
Come on. That Brooklyn boot is we on it.
Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken you so bad.
Number 1, Mo Money, Mo Problems, featuring Puff Daddy and Mace.
It ain't enough time here, ain't enough lime here for you to shine here. Deal with many women, but treat down fair. And I'm bigger than the city lights down in Times Square. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hear more from Notorious B.I.G. and similar artists now. Search for Notorious B.I.G. on iHeartRadio. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
Entertainment news on the Black Information Network.
Well, Jamie Foxx is back in the headlines as new baby news.
Hey, Alexa, play WVON 1690 AM.
Getting WVON 1690 AM station from iHeartRadio.
Try it out for yourself. America is listening to WVON.
Don't act like that. Don't wear that. Don't think that. I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know that taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love and who loves you. That you can be vulnerable and powerful. That you can be more connected and resilient. That taking care of me makes us stronger. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
I'm Sally, a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs. Excuse me, hi. What do you think this place needs?
I'd like to see more parking.
More playgrounds.
Free movies. That's easy. Better restaurants.
And you, what do you think this place needs?
This place? Oh, more ice cream trucks.
Okay. How about you?
Wi-Fi everywhere?
I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families come tax time.
Can I change my answer?
I was just kidding about the ice cream.
Oh, that's way better. Now that you mention it.
When it comes to getting better tax refunds into the hands of local families, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org. Because great things happen when we live united. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Meals from those years are hard to forget. It was all white bread and whole milk, hamburger casseroles and quiche Lorraine's, all with a side of cigarettes. We ate salads as desserts. We knew a party was classy if it had a cheese log. and we never missed an after-dinner smoke. It didn't matter if we were in our dining rooms, a burger joint, or the ritziest of restaurants. There'd be an ashtray on every table, and that very particular flavor in every meal. We smoked for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's amazing that our food could taste like anything else. If that was you then, get your lungs screened now. Surviving lung cancer starts with a scan. Learn more at screenyourlungs.org. This PSA was made possible by industry funding and guidance from lung cancer patient groups.
Back to the fundamentals with DJ Turbine and T-Dub on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Hey. Oh, pull back, Taz. Pull back. Too much. It's PG. Come on now. Welcome back to the fundamentals. My name's DJ Turbine. I'm sorry, I caught you off guard with that one.
I am tired of C.L. Williams. That was good. If only they heard that.
They're there. You know how I know they're here?
Yes.
Because they're not in here.
That
means they out there.
That's true.
And that means that's what we're listening to us. You know what I mean?
Yes,
welcome back, everybody, to the fundamentals. On the other side of the break, we had a great conversation with the Bigs, Herb Howard, giving you a little conversation about the Chicago Bears, where they are, the state of their offseason right now, post-draft and, post-schedule release. And I think we should put a bow on that conversation because we did talk a little bit about the release of the schedule. But let's get to the minutia, the details of that. And then afterwards, we're going to get into this baseball talk that Titus does not want to talk about.
Oh, no, I'm definitely all down. I am a little sad about the outcome of tonight's game, but it's 2 more games left.
Oh yeah. It's a long weekend. It's a long one, but let's bear down for right now. You know what I mean? All right, let's go to the schedule, bro. So the schedule was released yesterday for all 32 NFL teams, including our Chicago Bear franchise. And did you guys see schedule release on the socials with the whole impersonating of that painter? What was his name?
Bob Ross.
Bob. Thank you.
Loved it.
Roma Dunes.
I loved it.
That was funny.
It was good.
That was funny. I mean, one nitpick I had, and I told Titus this, was simply when you do a schedule release, I would like it if it's a video release to chronologically through your video week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, so on and so forth.
And I get why you said
put that out there. This video, as entertaining as it was not that at the initial, offset. It was Roma Dunze painting things, but like as an example, he'd say, "Oh, but this picture right now."
But that was the point.
It needs a little bit more. Hold up. It needs a little bit more birds right now.
But
he's painting birds, but while he's painting the birds, it's telling you on the screen all the bird type opponents we're having this year, the likes of the Falcons, not the Ravens, the Eagles, the Seahawks. We had 3 birds, so they want to tell you that, hey, they'll put those teams' names on the screen and say, hey, week 7, week 3, week 18. It's like, wait a minute, they're so spread out. That's not even coherent enough for me to be. So that's what I didn't like about the video. Granted, at the end, they did put them up there, and after that one, which one it calls it, the team put it like I said, it was a 2-parter with the video. It just the performative stuff at the front and then the actual stuff at the back, and that was better for me. But at the beginning, yes, I was a little annoyed. T, what did you think about the release video?
I thought it was fun. I thought it was a great play on Bob Ross. Shout out to Bob Ross, the legendary painter. And I thought they picked the perfect player to do it because, Roma Dunze got the fro and stuff like that. So it just fits so perfectly.
It worked.
It was hilarious. And you got to watch the outtakes videos that the Bears put out today. It was hilarious.
There would have been so many.
Rome, he calls himself a method actor, so I definitely can see why.
There would have been so many for me, man. If I was going to do that, I'm telling you right
it's
now.
It's like a 3-minute sizzle reel of just the bloopers. It was great. But no, I think it was up there with some of the best ones we've seen. To me, my favorite one so far was the Chargers. I thought they released a great video. And, of course, the Las Vegas Raiders with the whole Step Brothers thing with Kirk Cousins and Mendoza, the rookie.
That was
was good.
Yes,
that was good.
That was entertaining.
I think it was up there, like you said, chronological order. They did do it, but I know you like it at a faster speed of what they did. But yeah, I mean,
because at the end they did.
it could be better. It could have been better.
I understand you want to be entertained, but
Yeah.
just put it out. Is it hard just to put it in order? Week 1 this, week 2 this, week 3 this. So like really, I again, creative as it was, call me old fashioned. I'm just saying.
No, I get you on that one, brother. I definitely get it. I mean, it's nothing to me beats the Bear one that they the Bears interpreted to mock the Bear show that comes on FX. So to me, that was the best one that I seen from the Bears put out in a while. And then Seth Rollins was in it too. This Chicago,
that was fun.
That was great. That was comedy gold.
That was a good voice. That was a good impersonation. That little voice you put in. Yep.
What are we doing here?
Oh my god. Well, let's get into the schedule for a little bit right now, and actually, just break it down for everybody real quick. Week 1 all the way to week 18. It's crazy to think that that's how many weeks there are on the football season now.
They just took away one preseason week, so I'm fine with that.
They just kept it going. Why not?
I'm fine with that. Technically, it's the same amount of weeks.
Now, the first 4 weeks, Herb Howard actually already addressed one of the things about it was that out of the first 4, only one is going to be on the road, and that is our home opener.
Yes.
It's not even our home opener. The fun thing about it is, you know what I used to love when I was in high school?
What's that?
When football season started and homecoming.
Oh, yeah.
It was homecoming season. It was always homecoming
Yeah, that's
season.
true.
You know what I mean? And what that always means is, it's your opening game of the year. So it's homecoming. That's just the cheesiness of it.
Yeah.
So, and when it comes to professional football, I also like that because even though that's not ever referred to that, in my head, I still always refer to that, always those couple games as how many homecoming games am I going to? And we're going to get one because, it's our home opener.
Absolutely.
And then how many on the road are we going to actually take? This year, we're only getting 2. We're going to get 2 homecoming games. We're going to have Carolinas because week 1, we taking ourselves to Carolina Panthers and Bryce Young.
I love it. I think it's fun.
I think it's a great game in the sense of we don't need no spotlights. We don't need all that stuff. Let's just get out there and see what the offseason has brought us and try to, move in the right direction. And I think that this game, even though it is in Carolina and there are weapons over there, I'm not going to undersell it. And might be an early. This is basically an early prediction right there. But, I still think we have the edge on this team.
I agree.
That's just me personally. They have picked up good players in the offseason and drafted very fine. Their running back room is very nice. Their wide receiver room is young, but with full potential. But we have opportunities. And it looks like, who was the playoff team last year? Oh, wait, both of us. Dang.
Well, yeah, that's true.
It takes my argument. Done it right there,
That's
bro.
what makes it fun.
So, when you get a first place schedule, as Herb said, what happens? You got to actually play that first place schedule next year. So, hey, this is part of being a winning franchise. So, we got to get used to it. If not get used to it, we got to get used to it on the fly. But I still think we can get through Carolina. That's just me.
No, I agree with you. I think that I'm not going to say it's an easy win because no win is easy in the NFL, but I still think that we're ahead of schedule as far as what Carolina's trying to do. And I think they lost a lot of momentum last year when they lost that playoff game last year against the Rams. So I
Still
think
good for them to make it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great start, but I think that took a lot out of them. And so I think they're going to be hungry and desperate. But at the same time, I don't think that's going to mentally go away from them because, unfortunately, we did take a bad loss, too, against the Rams to try to go to the next round of the playoffs, to the NFC Championship game. But I think that the Bears have something to build off of more. So I like the Bears' chances in this week 1 matchup against Carolina. So I'm looking for a W with that one. Plus, they also want to make a statement because remember, they had a home game last year against Minnesota Vikings last year against J.J. McCarthy, his first NFL start, and they let that game off the hook. So I know that they realized that, hey, we can't do that again 2 years in a row.
I think it's funny that you mentioned that because week 2, our homecoming, which is going to still be a noon kickoff, Fox. So
J.J. McCarthy.
Minnesota. No, it's going to be Kyler Murray if we're all expecting that
That's
one.
true.
But the Bears' home opener will be against the Minnesota Vikings, who last year we did split 1 apiece when we won in Minnesota and lost home. Look at that. That's crazy. But that's just that they can say the same exact thing.
That's true.
So with that being said, we have an opportunity here to, get up early. And the thing was last year we saw what happened. We started 0-2 and, you don't want to get behind the 8 ball that early and try to build some early momentum, especially after coming off a great, season that we had. So Minnesota to me is always hard.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. It's always a hard game to call.
Yeah.
I tell you, probably last year I said we're gonna win here and we're gonna lose there. I promise you, I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was
That's
wrong.
That's
but
true.
you know what? I'm gonna run that same gambit again this year. I'll say this game, our home opener, it's our homecoming. Let's win it. So let's go Bears.
I'm with you on that, man. I think that the Bears can win that game. I don't see why you should. I mean, but again, it was if it's anything
My
like
God,
last
you
year,
know, I just
you
looked at
never
this-
know. But I don't think you should lose that game just because of the fact that it's your first home game. You're riding the high off of, unfortunately, the NFC playoff divisional loss. But the fans were there and they showed up and they showed out. So you know that this team going to want to put on for the fans. So I don't see why you don't start 2-0.
You know what's funny, man? I'm looking at the rest of the schedule. I'm literally like eyeballing it up
Literally.
and down right now.
Right.
We have, according to with NFL and ESPN and all those fun places, say that one of the hardest schedules, if not the hardest schedule right now. Bro, I'm looking. These are all winnable games, in my opinion.
I agree.
I might be going off on an incredibly far ledge here, but not one of these games am I sitting there saying like, "Yo, we're getting our butts kicked."
Yeah,
I'm looking at every game being like, "Yo, we're maybe week 15 against Buffalo in Buffalo. That could be when we get our proverbial backsides getting."
DJ Moore's gonna want his revenge.
Yeah, and we're over there. But we're over there.
Yeah, but Buffalo also proved that they can be beaten. Because they lost a few games that they should not have lost.
They're on the other side
teams.
of the. I think they're on the other side of the window.
Plus they get
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Plus Josh Allen, and how good is his psyche?
They're trying to cling on to it.
Yeah. How good is his psyche going to be after that loss last year in the playoffs against the Jaguars? So I mean, it's so much going on with that. So I can see.
Another reason I preface this is because as I'm looking at all these games, I'm just like, yo, we can win. We can beat them. We can beat them. We definitely beat them. So I'm just like, yo, you guys are gonna get annoyed with me pretty quick. That's all I'm looking at right now. So let's go to week 3. First primetime game of the year, which is going to be Monday Night Football. We're hosting the Philadelphia Eagles.
Woo! Black Friday revenge game.
Yeah, and there's a couple people out there who think that what we did last year against them was fraudulent.
You know what? And you know who that is? I gotta say this, and I gotta get this on my chest because you know exactly.
Are you gonna do it?
I'm gonna do it, Turbine.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it. Whoever this YouTube girl is that's an Eagles fan that
her name,
specifically hates the Bears. I mean, she looks at other games but hate the Bears. And it's like, just take your loss. Jesus. Like, you didn't hear us complaining. You didn't hear us complaining about the Packers that much. Like, oh my God. Like,
but she swears we are
frauds and everything. And it's like,
we're something.
Lady,
apparently.
Calm down. Why do you hate it? Like, you don't hate
What
the
does
Cowboys
what does
that
Chicago
much.
do this bad to you?
You literally don't even hate the Cowboys as much as you hate the Bears. You don't
hate
hate the
Giants, hate the Commanders.
Like, wow. Like, I don't know who this lady is, but please calm down.
Because of that lady, that game becomes a little bit more intense.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. She's a Philadelphia faithful. And that's all I gotta say about her. That's all I gotta say about her. But the way we handled them last year, I have all the confidence in the world that we can do it again this year. For anything, not much change on both sides when it comes over there. Offensively, we were the ones.
Don't say that yet.
Offensively.
Don't say that yet because we're waiting to see what happens with AJ Brown.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, I'm confident he's gonna be gone.
Yeah, I'm confident. So that'll be a huge loss for them.
And then the following week 4, we're still in Soldier. Another noon kickoff, Fox game against Geno Smith and the New York Jets.
There's no reason you shouldn't beat the Jets.
This can be a trap game, but if you're on your P's and Q's, have your I's dotted and your T's crossed, this should be a game that you handle. Last year we saw this. We talked about the Saints, where they were.
Yeah.
And we said that was a win. It ended up being a win. We won, I think, 26-14. Business was handled, right?
Yep.
I think this is what exactly needs to happen right there. Let's go to the next one. Now you go into your next quarter of games. Week 5, we're on the road. This is going to be Fox, but it's going to be a 3:25 kickoff, and we're in Lambeau, our second divisional game. Ooh, isn't it always fun?
I'm so excited
for these games. Always fun.
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
And I ain't gonna lie to you. Having this game in October
is a shock.
Yeah, because it's gonna be nice.
This early,
when you get Lambeau Field, Wisconsin weather, at least 60, 50 degrees. Why not? That's great. That's great.
See, to me, out of all of the first 5 games, that's the game I'm worried about. And the reason I'm worried about
It's the Packers, bro. You always got to worry about
not
them.
even just because of the Packers. The thing is because of the fact is it's the environment. Like, can Caleb Williams show up and do what he did 2 years ago to score a game-winning drive in order to win this game? Because I think it's going to come down to the wire again in Green Bay. So it's just, I don't know, just something about Green Bay and playing at that stadium that always worries me.
Well, he's 3-2 right now against them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you know he wants to keep that going.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So that's the one that's like, other than that, I can see the Bears going 4-1 in their first 5 games.
That's week 5. So let's go to week 6. Week 6, we're back on the road. We're staying on the road, not saying back on the road. We're going all the way down to Atlanta. We're going to face the Atlanta Falcons at a noon kickoff, which I think they got talent, you know, between the weapons from Drake London, Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, who I don't even know who's really throwing the ball over there, because Tua or Michael Penix, there's opportunity. Tua Tagovailoa, former quarterback of the Miami Dolphins, is now over there. So we got 2 lefties over there trying to figure out who's the right guy.
Yeah, I think that's one of the ones that the talent's there is great potential, but there's no reason you should lose that game.
No. So, but we'll see, because by week 6, that could be enough time for them to figure it out.
Yeah.
Either figure it out or they're already doing a quarterback change.
Yeah.
And we're trying to, catch them at the right time.
Exactly.
Next one, week 7, back home. And this is Prime Video. So this looks like a Thursday night game.
Yes, against the Pats.
Going to New England. No, not going nowhere. We're going home. New England. Ooh.
See, I'm hoping it's different because
we haven't played them since 2 years.
Yeah, we played them 2 years ago when I think the final score was 7-3 or something simple like that. It was
we lost 16-0.
That's what it was, 16-0. We lost on field goals. That's what it was.
We got goose egg, bro.
We didn't score anything. We got beat by field goals. They Robbie Gold us. So
goose egg does, bro. That was bad.
I remember that one. So yeah, it was just one of those things where both teams were rebuilding and settling. I mean,
Garrett Bradbury revenge game.
Yeah, exactly. So you had a team that went and went to the Super Bowl last year, so you're going to get their best because they're hungry to try to get back there and win it all. So I'm really excited about that game to measure up to see exactly where, hey, was Caleb deserved to be the number 1 pick, or are they going to lean into that whole thing of, well, it should have been Drake May. So I'm excited to see that.
That's one thing to go against the losers of the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So
now the next week to go against the winners of the Super Bowl.
Woo!
So that's crazy. We actually get the back-to-back. We get the loser. We get both participants of the Super Bowl in back-to-back weeks. That's rare. I wonder when's the last time that actually happened. I'm telling you right now. But Monday Night Football, in Seattle. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think we can win that one, but I ain't gonna be anything too crazy because at the end of the day, they're still the champs.
Honestly, I don't think we can win that game. And here's the reason why.
How dare you?
I think that whatever they call the stadium now, it used to be Aluminum Field, but that field gets so loud and it's so rattled.
It's Lumen Field?
Lumen Field now. Yeah. So I think that it's just, I don't know. I think that if you are one of those teams that can fall behind the 8 ball and then that crowd get into it, if you let that crowd into the game,
that stadium's harsh,
it's so hard to win.
And it's not even a dome.
Literally. Like the last time the Bears won there, I think Caleb Williams was the quarterback.
Architecturally speaking,
Justin Fields was
great.
Justin Fields was the quarterback, and so we won in the wintertime game against Russell Wilson. So I mean, it's 2 different completely teams now, but at the same time, it's just so hard to win there as a division opponent.
You can barely hear your own thoughts.
I just literally, it's so loud. I mean, they have an earthquake measurer out there to measure the crowd noise, and they create many earthquakes.
That's not hyperbole.
That's literally what happens. And so if you get that team into the game, I mean, it's so hard to win there. So I mean, any given Sunday, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I don't see the Bears winning that game there.
You listen to the fundamentals, 773-591-1690. We're going over the Chicago Bears schedule right now. We were at week 8. Let's go to week 9.
Let's do it.
Week 9, we're going to be Sunday Night Football. Wow, another primetime game.
6 primetime games on the season, baby.
A home game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in primetime on a Sunday night in November, early November. So it could still be nice.
Yeah,
it could be nice.
Yes, it's usually nice in November.
You know what I mean? Us against Baker Mayfield and the visiting Buccaneers.
Ooh, Buccaneers.
They do have some nice weapons over there. Not going to lie. Defensively, they also do too.
See, here's why I don't believe in the Buccaneers. Because they barely.
Is it Baker?
Not even Baker. It's the team. And I hate rooting against the team because I love Todd Bowles. I think he's an excellent coach.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's deserved every shot that he's gotten to win down there. But the problem is they barely won that division. I mean, no, they didn't win last year because Carolina won the division last year in the
Yeah.
last game of the season. But
They barely missed.
They barely missed, but they were also barely in it because that team was under 500.
8-9. 9-8 made it, and they were 8-9.
See, that's what I'm saying. They barely made it to the playoffs next year. So with that division getting slightly better this year,
Could have, would have. You couldn't win.
So,
you have a winning record.
I'm just saying. So it's like it's one of those things where
they were in it until they weren't. Right? They're I think the majority of the season were in that playoff spot.
I think that they basically, because of how weak the division is, I think that they outplayed themselves. And so they have no choice but to win.
And they were the reigning division champs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they were. So they have no choice but to win the division. But I just don't see them as a threat to anybody, especially with losing Mike Evans now, too, as well. I just don't see it happening.
Pretenders or what?
Pretenders, for sure. Oof. They can make the playoffs because they won a division, but pretenders for sure.
We'll see what happens.
So there's no reason the Bears should lose that game.
So week 9, that was it. Week 10, we have our bye week. So we get it's not a bad place to have your bye week.
I think that's a good place to have it.
Yeah, because you have 9 games. It's as close as you can get to the middle at that point, and you get a little rest. And the way the schedule is going to be going after this is going to be a little bit wild because then they got a Wednesday game, an actual Wednesday. We have a Netflix game.
Yeah, Wednesday. Huh? It's crazy.
Oh my god. Oh, this is going to be weird.
Yeah.
I gotta look at the schedule here. When does Christmas fall on?
Whew.
Is Christmas fall on? Yeah, because believe it or not, guys, we do play on Christmas. That is not a Christmas present. That is a responsibility. All right, we'll get there when we get there. Week 11, we're gonna be home hosting the New Orleans Saints for the second year in a row, and I don't expect any different results from last year.
Same.
We need to handle that business. That is
Dennis
barbecue chicken.
Dennis Allen should get his revenge on that team again.
Let's get that. Let's do it
for Dennis Allen.
Now, speaking of revenge.
Well, before we get to revenge, I got a quick scoreboard update for you guys.
What's going on?
If you don't know, in the NBA, of course, we're in the second round of the playoffs right now. And right now, the Spurs are going against the Timberwolves right now. And the score right now at the end of the third quarter is San Antonio Spurs up 110 to 84 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So if they can hold on for another 12 minutes, it looks like the Spurs are going to the Western Conference Finals.
Man, it's crazy. Hey, you brought his name up a little earlier, so I just want to ask you, pop quiz. Where's Mike Evans playing this year?
49ers.
Good job. Because I had to look that up.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, is he retired? I was like,
No.
I did not. I promise you, I had no recollection of what team.
No, you remember I wanted the Bears to go and try to get on. Like, if you're gonna get a veteran receiver and let go DJ Moore, if you're gonna sign somebody to a big contract, bring him here.
Hey, speaking of hey, y'all want to bring Stephon Diggs here? He's innocent. I'm just saying.
Hey, he healthy.
He innocent.
Hey, just tell him 2 things. Number 1, it's about team. 2, don't bring Cardi B.
Hey man, as long as we
we
need some kind of fan base to replenish Simone Biles.
Fair enough.
I'm just saying we need somebody to go be in the booth. We need somebody be in that box.
We don't need Cardi though.
Say we don't. Hey man, she might work out here in Chicago.
It might do work.
All right, we being
that's true.
funny. We being funny.
Fair enough.
All right, week 12, revenge. If not revenge, we got to set some things straight because. The next week would actually be Thanksgiving Day.
I'm so excited for this one.
It's crazy because
this is one of the ones you circle on the calendar and say, I can't wait.
Normally I think Detroit football kicks off a little earlier than this, but it's saying right now noon. It normally does go about 11 a.m.
Yeah,
11:30. So we'll see that changes then. But right now it's pretty much Thanksgiving morning, guys. The Bears and the Lions will be playing in Ford Field, Detroit. And if you guys have a short memory, I don't blame you for this because I had a short memory for this. I would have to have a short memory for this. The last time this matchup happened, who was the head coach, Titus?
2 years ago, Matt Eberflus.
What happened after that, Titus? The day after that game.
The Black Friday still happened where everything must go. Matt Eberflus was fired.
The first time the Chicago Bears ever, and I mean ever, dismissed a head coach during the season.
Look, the Bears been around 105 years, and that's never happened.
Ever in that team's inception. And this is the only guy who have ever been fired by the Bears midseason.
Think about that.
And yeah, since then the rebuild started, and right now it led us to Ben Johnson. So I guess if it wasn't for that domino, we might not be here today. It still sucked.
Yeah,
like I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah. That day, I went home with leftovers. I went home with a full belly and 1 timeout. I don't know why I went home with a timeout, but I went home with it. So that's what. Just tell me why the hell it happened.
I'm gonna put that in my back pocket for later.
I'm still waiting. I'm still trying to figure out when it works. I tried using that traffic stop. It didn't work.
I'm gonna eat it with dessert.
I'm just telling you, bro. It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Take it to my to-go plate.
So all I'm
Just a
hoping
little
is that
foil on it.
I'm just hoping for a better result that year.
Same,
And if we have 0 timeouts at the end of that game, I'm happy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be so happy.
Honestly, even if we lose, as long as we don't have any timeouts, I'm good.
Oh my God. But that game, I can't even say what was gonna win because Detroit has been playing us great last year. They swept us. That's the only team last year.
Which is crazy to me because they got weaker last season with they had lost some additions. Some guys weren't healthy, but they were still able to sweep us. So
And Detroit got even weaker this year by your standards saying by subtraction. But we'll see because they still kept their key positions.
Yeah.
By the way, I do want to say thank you because in also other NFL news, running back Devon Achane of the Miami Dolphins does sign an extension for 4 years, $68 million, I believe $32 million extension guaranteed. You know what that means, Detroit?
Yes.
You know what that means, Detroit fans?
Mm-hmm.
What you got to pay Jahmyr Gibbs?
Exactly.
You just saw the price tag. That's a big price tag.
Yeah,
Have fun with that.
Good luck
Have
with
fun
that.
with
Good
that.
luck with that.
He's a great player.
Yeah.
He's a great player.
Yeah.
He tattooed Knuckles on the back. Oh, no, I'm
Absolutely.
sorry. Sonic on his back.
Absolutely.
It might be worth it. Might not be. I don't know. Play that game. I'm just playing devil's advocate. This the Hunger Games, and I'm that one guy with the great hairdo. So we're just doing it.
You got the Robotnik.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing devil's advocacy right here.
Fair enough.
So next week, let's go into it. After that, this is a rare one. In early December 6th, we're gonna be hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Now that's a trap game. If anybody says it's a trap game,
I don't think it is,
But
bro.
here's the reason why I say that.
They're coming to us in December.
But the reason I say that, I mean, they don't do well in
Them
cold.
booty cats are gonna be like,
It's cold. I get it.
I can't even put my claws out.
I get it. But at the same time, it's like they so streaky. You don't know if they're gonna be good or they're gonna be bad.
They're a good team.
So
Don't
it's
get me
like,
wrong.
I
They
don't
got
know, man.
Trevor Lawrence is not a bad quarterback.
I don't know, man.
But you
They
tell
so
me,
50-50.
when's the last time Trevor Lawrence was in the Midwest in December? That's hard. That's hard.
Can tell you.
I don't know where it goes ultimately, but I'm just saying that on top of my head that it just doesn't seem like a good combination for them as a whole.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just me. Just me. I don't know exactly where everything will
No, I'm with
ultimately like lay out, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, I like it.
Now the next week is crazy because this is where you get pneumonia because you're going from cold weather to some hot weather. Because the next week, week 13,
we're going
week 14, we're going to Miami.
Yep. Jacksonville comes here from Florida.
December
We're going
13th.
to Florida to Miami. Hard work casino.
I'm just telling you right now, that's what somebody's gonna get sick. If I would not be
Oh,
surprised,
doubt it.
the following week someone sits there and says this, and this is how you keep getting sick. Why? Because after Miami, guess where you're going?
Buffalo.
In December.
One of the coldest places on earth.
So we're gonna go from cold to extremely hot to extremely cold. These, my
I
God.
don't know why they did that.
We're
That's
gonna
so
have
terrible.
about 3 players have pneumonia,
Man,
and I'm telling
probably.
you, somebody is gonna be hooked up to IV them during that time.
Man, for
I'm
real.
telling you,
For real.
at least after Buffalo, that's where you can get used to the cold. Because
Yeah.
after Buffalo, we're gonna come back home, and this is the Christmas game.
Christmas football
Let me
in
figure this out. What
Chicago.
day is
I
this,
love it. It's Christmas Day.
I just wanna figure-
Christmas Day football at home against the Green Bay Packers. If that's not a great Christmas gift, I don't know what is. The only thing that'll make that better is a Bears win on Christmas Day.
Oh, it's a Friday game.
Yes.
So we got a
Christmas on a Friday this year, and guess what? Bears Packers. I mean,
Oh, by the way, Buffalo. I'm sorry to say this, and I skidded over this. That Buffalo game will be another primetime game.
Yes,
it will be
absolutely.
Sunday Night Football in Buffalo.
DJ Moore's
Oh, it's
revenge
gonna
game.
be cold.
DJ Moore's revenge game. Hey, we used to play in the cold. We're fine.
I guess because at that point, that's when Iceman makes his money, right?
You know it.
And then this Christmas Day, December 25th, Friday, 2 noon, Green Bay comes to Chicago.
So excited.
Oh
Great
my
Christmas
God.
gift,
Somebody's
man.
Christmas is not gonna be. It's gonna be ruined in my house.
Hopefully it's not mine.
Somebody's fighting.
Hopefully it's not mine.
Somebody is fighting at my
Hold
house.
the eggnog, people. Hold it.
Oh my God, Noel,
Christmas
Noel, because I
Y'all
don't
know
want Noels. I'm
Love
just
it,
saying.
man.
I'm just
Awesome.
saying.
Awesome.
All right, now week 17. Man, we run a gauntlet at the end of it, bro.
Yes, division
So,
opponents.
We back home week 17,
Mm-hmm.
January 3rd, midday game. Fox, Detroit. They
Yeah.
home, we home. I'm saying they're coming hard to
They're
our house.
coming
That's what I'm
us, yeah.
saying. But
Got to give revenge
we
about
got,
what
we
happened
gotta
last year.
we gotta get straight with these Lions. I'm telling you right now, they have a good understanding with how the offense was
See,
because
my thing is-
most of those offensive players, like Amon Ross, sit there and look at formations and motions and be like, I remember that. That's us. We did that.
But here's the funny part about that. See, that's why I think that the Bears and Ben Johnson approved, because things will be different. Plus, you also added speed. So the one thing, yes, I am sad about seeing the old guys go from last year, but at the same time, they got burned on so many plays, especially by Amon-Ra St. Brown in that game. They got burnt on so many easy routes.
Still lives in my head.
They gave up so much yak, and it's like, I see why y'all made the moves y'all made, and look what they replaced those guys with: straight speed. So now you got somebody that can keep up with those guys and play coverage. So I think that's a good answer to slow them down. I'm not saying stop them, but slow them down. So I'm excited to go against Detroit to see exactly what happens with that.
It's 2 opportunities next year.
So, yeah,
they got us. Now we have to try and get that straight, because I know Ben wants to beat them too.
Absolutely.
But I think, as much as I tell you right now, I can handle these losses to Detroit as long as we keep beating the Packers.
Yeah,
I'll tell you right now, beating the Packers means more to me than a loss against Detroit.
Easily.
It just
makes
everything feel great.
Yeah.
Makes everything feel great. Now, the last game of the year, which still has to be determined when it comes to actual timing, which things could change. But week 18, which could either be held on January 9th or January 10th, and time to be determined. But we're on the road, closing the season out in Minnesota. So no matter what happens, we'll be in Minnesota to end that year, which it's always hard to win in Minnesota. We escaped last year barely. We saw what happened against that kick return with Devin Duvernay and that last-minute field goal.
I'm not saying escape.
Hey, cardiac Bears were a great thing last year.
What a fun ride.
So we'll see what happens. And that is going to be your wrap-up there for the NFL season. And again, it's a way too early Bears prediction for us. But, we're having a little bit of fun there, because we didn't really say a full who we're going to win and lose against. No. But there's just certain scenarios. Like I say, the Jacksonville Jaguars coming in December still throws me off.
Yeah,
I feel sorry for them.
But like you said, then going right to Miami the following week is crazy. So it's like that cold weather. And
we're going to get hypothermia, bro. Somebody's going to get sick.
Somebody's going to get sick.
I'm telling you right now, somebody's going to get sick. It's going to be the oldest guy. Somebody watch Case Keenum. I was going to say, it's going to be the oldest guy in the squad. I was like, somebody watch Case, put a sweater on him, put a scarf on him, all of it.
Oh, man, you are hilarious.
I'm just saying right now. Oh, quick scoreboard update. Going into the 4th right now, the WNBA, Sky and the Mercury are going at it. And after an early deficit, the Sky are now down 73-70 with 6.5 left in the 4th. So they brought it back. They were down about 25.
Oh, wow.
They climbing back. They climbing back. 2-0. Come on, ladies. Let's go 3-0.
Yeah, they were down by 10 at halftime. So, yeah, okay, a lot of time left. Let's keep it going.
They moving in the right direction and playing some really solid defense right now. So,
well, I do got another
keep it running.
I do got a quick another scoreboard coming up. Shout out to the Washington Mystics. They also earlier tonight.
You want to talk about the final scoreboard of the other Chicago teams?
I'm going to. I just want to name this one since we were on the WNBA scoreboard real quick. Shout out to the Washington Mystics. They beat the Indiana Fever, who are now 0-3.
Yeah, and OT.
Yeah,
104 to 102. Look at that.
So that's crazy. And of course, the MVP of the league, Miss Asia Wilson, did her thing again.
Drop 45.
Hey, 45 of them boys. So they beat the Suns 101-94. So that was a good game too. So, and right now, currently also in action, the Toronto Tempo, which is still a weird name to me, are going up against the LA Sparks. Their score right now is Sparks are up 91-87.
Yeah, and that was a scoreboard update. We'll keep it going right now when the Sky get to a final score. I'm pretty sure by the time we hit their end of these airwaves, they should have a final score.
Brother Wall says 17-0 Chicago Bears on the season. Brother Wall, I'm with you, man. 17-0. Let's do it, baby.
Brother Wall, you make me laugh.
And also, Brother Wall, I saw your comments on Rufus Show earlier today. You funny, man. I love you, man. Much love, man. Keep commenting, man.
See, it's time.
Let's do it.
Baseball season's underway.
Oh, what? It's only one. Oh, wait, what? Who wants to sing with me? Let's say one. Go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go! Hey Chicago, what do you say? Chicago, we all a winner. We had a winner today. No matter what happened, Chicago was gonna walk out with a winner today. The Cubs were gonna win today. All right, I'll put it down, Titus. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
bro. I'm so salty. For those of you who don't know, that don't tune into the fundamentals regularly, myself, Titus T. Dell Williams, is a diehard Chicago White Sox fan. Yes, I was there when they lost over 100 games, and I still rooted for my team. And as you clearly hear and see, DJ Turbine on the Facebook Live is an avid Chicago Cubs fan. And the Chicago Cubs and the Chicago White Sox are both playing each other in the Crosstown Series. The first of this season happened on the South Side earlier tonight. And the Cubs are victorious. They won, final score 10 to Chicago White Sox 5. It was, I mean, the saying is 10 right now, but the score in the game was actually way closer than what it seems.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
They didn't run away with it until the 8th inning.
No, that game, no, 7th, but that was definitely.
7, you're right.
Yeah, no, we was. Cubs went up early, 1-0 at the end of 1. At the end of 2, tied up, one a pop. Cubs go up 3-1. Titus looks dejected, but then life was put right back into it because they went up. They got 3-4, then 4-4, and then unfortunately there were some errors when a couple wild pitches that did get loose from the White Sox. That unfortunately there was, from my memory, 3 wild pitches, in which 2 led to base advancements and 1 actually led to a score on the board. So it was, it was not the best night for the bullpen. Certain little errors that took that way.
How
but
long is this song?
don't worry about it. It's about to end. You want to hear it more? I was putting it down for you. Now you want to acknowledge it. I was trying to put it down.
It's like nails on the chalkboard.
Okay, see, now we're fading out. Now we're fading out.
You know
Okay.
what's funny? The first part of that song was true because they had the power and they had the speed, and they definitely showed it against the White Sox tonight.
But at the end of the day, it was definitely a competitive baseball game early on. By the end of it, it was just it comes to one of those scenarios where, and this is not me, this is just me being an observer, not being criticizing nobody, but when a team that is used to being through it, because it's Cubs at this point, have been through the ringer. They're a playoff team. They've won a series. They know certain things. The Sox are still a young team. This is what happens when you have that young, good team versus that young, experienced team. That experience does ultimately just weigh out and just do what you need to do when it comes to it in big moments. Not saying that they was bad, because quite frankly, it was still a good game. And tomorrow you have Martin on the mound.
Yep.
That's going to be one heck of a performance out there. So we'll see what happens, because I looked at the matchups and I told you already, Saturday is going to be the one that's going to be the toughest one.
Yeah.
And today I wasn't sitting there saying we're going to win. I said, if I can get myself in the right state, meaning the Cubs, who knows? Because I was grateful that last night we got that win against Atlanta. Because winning 2-0 against Atlanta last night after being on the heels of a 4-game losing streak, I did not want to come in with the narrative of us being on a 5-game losing streak and you guys being on a 5-game winning streak. That was a recipe for disaster. So the fact that we were able to get that win last night against a really good team, because we all know Atlanta's playing good, and they're literally one of the topper teams right now of the NL, or the AL, I'm sorry. So trying to get that together with them and walking out with that one win put us right in where we needed to be, because I said, hey, if I can get one, you guys could be the team that gets us back on track.
Yeah, you did say
I
that.
didn't mean it like, I wasn't being negative.
No, you wasn't. You said it. It's the truth.
I was like, just, hey, you guys, if we can catch you guys at the right time, saying that, hey, we are down, but if we can get that one win against Atlanta to put us right back in the position to actually, hey, we're good. We're good. Don't drown ourselves in the sorrows of these losses, because we did this week. Since last Friday, we've lost 2 series already. We are literally, since last Friday, we beat Texas on Friday, lost to them Saturday and Sunday. Monday we was off. Then Thursday and Wednesday we ended up losing to Atlanta. And then yesterday got the win against them. Today got the win against the Sox. Great for us, moving in the right direction. But still the Sox, I mean, you're back to 500, but you guys being over 500 for even a day, come on.
Hey, it was the first time
great.
since 2022, so I will not complain. But at the same time, it had to be the Cubs.
I'm sorry, man. I mean, you guys were the hottest team for the baseball for the week.
That's true. We were. We definitely were.
I did the same thing. You know what I mean? And then we went from the hottest team to one of the coldest teams.
Yeah, that's true.
And we still got 2 more games.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of weekend left to go. But, when Mayor Johnson comes on, he's going to make fun of me, so I can't wait to hear this. So
he's going to make fun of you. Oh, is that?
Sox, please win the next 2 games.
I mean, we'll see what happens. They're still playing solid, bro.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, it's a long weekend to go. But, yeah, tonight was a tough loss for sure.
We'll see. Ultimately, I think we're gonna get the series. You might get one. Tomorrow is gonna be that one for you. Tomorrow's that day for y'all.
So what you saying? Y'all gonna get Sunday?
Yeah.
I'm
I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. I'm just saying because you
you
got your ace up there, bro. I mean, what you mean?
Only one win is crazy. It's okay. We're gonna win this series.
It's only 3 games, Titus.
I know, and we're gonna win the next 2.
Okay, I love the confidence. I really do. I'm just saying.
Mess with you today, brother.
You tried today, and you saw what happened.
Oh, he got me.
You tried.
Well, we got a quick scoreboard update right now. The Chicago Spy have came back and took the lead against the Phoenix Mercury. They're up right now 75-73 with 5:34 left in the fourth quarter.
Dude, if they get this comeback.
down 25, man, that's amazing.
We'll see. But Bulls talk. Let's get to this real quick.
Let's do it.
So we got a new hiree. Who is the gentleman that just took the job, bro?
Right now, we have a new executive vice president. For those of you know, I'm going to recap the story first, and then I'm going to go into our new vice president.
For favor.
All right. As you don't know, and if you do know and you've been under a rock or something, where have you been? So the Bulls cut ties at the end of the season with their former executive vice president, Arturas Karnisovas.
Kick rocks. Sorry, I'm sorry. I said that loud.
I was expecting that.
I said that loud.
That was good. Arturas Karnisovas, and then they also fired GM Mark Eversley. So after an intensive search, they hired just a week ago. 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks now. They hired Bryson Graham. Bryson Graham is a former executive president over with the New Orleans Pelicans. He was responsible for helping drafting Zion Williamson. He also was part of what was it, Minnesota?
Yeah.
Minnesota's executive branch as well. So he was part of rebuilding that team as well and made key contributions in acquisitions and making trades for that team to where they are now. So right now, Bryson Graham has one of those rich histories where great executive, was a scout in the NBA as well, came in as an intern. And so he just worked his way up the levels. And now he's the new executive vice president of the Chicago Bulls. And so the Bulls also had the NBA draft lottery last week, where the NBA had the draft lottery last week, and the Bulls will pick 4th overall in the NBA upcoming draft. So Bryson Graham has the number 4 pick was the number 15th pick as well.
Yeah,
the number 15.
So we got 4, so we got 4 15,
and then they also
got 14, but it's 14 or 15.
Yeah, it's 15. So 4, 15, and then they got 2nd round picks as well. So they have 4 picks this upcoming NBA draft. They also have $65 billion in cap space as well. So right now,
and about 37 second round draft picks.
Man, you're not lying.
I'm sorry. It's like more like 13, 14, but you still.
Yeah. So the Bulls can do a lot of things under their new executive vice president to come in and make some noise and try to hopefully get this rebuild off to a right start. So I'm excited to see what the Chicago Bulls do going forward and later in the summer. They got a lot of decisions to make when it comes to this roster. And if you don't know, and if you're still on the Giannis fence as well.
Oh, you brought him up.
The Milwaukee Bucks.
You just brought him up. Wow. Just like that.
I got to. The Milwaukee Bucks earlier this week have made Giannis Antetokounmpo officially open for trades from all listeners. So I'm just saying, I'm not one of those guys that's, going to go and jump out the deep end, but it could be possible that the Bulls could try to trade for Giannis and bring him to Chicago.
Feels like there's the opportunity
to bring an opportunity.
Giannis. So the question becomes, do you, as the new people coming in, is this going to be your new one? Because that feels like a quick way to expedite your tenure.
Yeah, to rebuild. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, meaning if this don't work, you got a job. So if you're the Bulls front office, not even the front office, your ownership, you want this?
Yeah.
You want to wait? Do you want to slow down? Do you want to try and get this big guy come in here and try to do all that? Or, what are we doing here? Because we all know that Giannis doesn't want to be in Milwaukee no more.
Yeah.
He should have been traded already last year. Real talk. Because that last year was, in my opinion, just a wash of a year. He clearly didn't want to be there. It is what it is. He did his, he did his responsibility by saying to the fan base, I do. But you could tell that emotionally it was just already done. So we thought that he was going to be here, trade deadline, and, it's not there. But now it's a rare scenario where you could actually package a trade for a superstar of his caliber and only mortgage 2 years worth of first-round picks and actually still send about 3 because like we already made it. You know, I mentioned it that the Bulls do have 2 first-round picks, number 4 and number 15 or 14, one of the two, in this upcoming draft. Then you can still also package the next year's pick and how many other second-round picks you want. You know, as I already alluded to, put some money in there. This becomes a feasible option for the Bucks because sometimes you don't even want to take money back. You just want to take the money off the contracts, off the books, and get those picks in your books and actually plan a future. You're doing that for them if you really want to. Now, the question becomes, are we there yet? Should we be doing that? Because last couple of years, we haven't done nothing. So the real question becomes, do we make that big leap, get Giannis Antetokounmpo to come here, have the players that we already have here, the likes of, it's not many because we don't have many. We can't have $65 million open in cap space without having that many open roster spots.
That's true.
So we have the guys currently. You got your Josh Giddey, who's going to be here next year. Trey Jones will be here next year. Matas Buzelis will be here next year. You also have the rookie last year who did not play, Noah Essengay, who will be here. I might be missing Patrick Williams. Why? But he will be here. But he's still here. So I think maybe Jalen Smith might be here as the top of my head. Maybe not. And that's roughly. So that's where you're saying. So what player there can you really throw back that way? They're not taking Patrick Williams, but I'm just saying that those are your players if you're going to try to trade. So you could absorb Giannis' contract, still have room to make more moves. But again, it's a gamble. You take that, you're expediting a shot to either your longevity as a front manager for the team, and the president can go from 5 years to 2 years, if it doesn't all work out. So it's one of those things. We just came from a regime that bought in all the way. Once they traded for Vucevic, they didn't even wait for a year for Vuce and Zach to play together. They said, no, go get DeMar, go get Lonzo, go get Caruso, and we're going to actually try to win. Would have worked. It would have worked, but it didn't work. So now I don't know if the Bulls ownership will be as open or privy to try and do this for anybody else. So you know what I mean, T?
Well, I got a funny quick story to say to you that I just read.
Okay, go ahead.
This is not Bulls related, but you will love this as a Cubs fan. So for those of you know, today, our very own Mayor Brandon Johnson was at the Vatican today to meet with the Pope Leo the 14th, who is from Chicago. And so as a gift, he gave the Pope, who's a huge White Sox fan, who was at the 2005 World Series.
I love the Pope.
A
Pope Leo.
Chicago Cubs hat to wear.
Give him a Cubs hat?
He gave him as a gift, the most famous White Sox fan in the world, a Cubs hat as a gift.
Hey, look, I know what y'all was saying on Kendall's show. I'm voting for him again.
I love it, man.
I'm voting for him again. I'm going to say that right now. If y'all don't tune in to Kendall Moore show, y'all, that's the inside joke now.
I can't wait to talk to Mayor Johnson.
I'm going to give him a high five. I'm
That
going to
is
give him a basket or something.
I did not see that coming. So shout out to Mayor Johnson. That's pretty cool.
But did he put it on the?
Of course not.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. See, you can give it to somebody as long as you say, oh, yeah, this is nice. This is nice. And you just put it to the side. You know what I mean? But,
exactly.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, well, hey, true Southsider right there.
Absolutely.
Hold on to it, man. Hey, I'm just, as long as he's a Bears fan, come, September, October, November time.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Let's go.
That's all that matters.
Let's go.
So one more quick scoreboard update. We're getting closer and closer. The Sky are now down 83-84 against the Phoenix Mercury with 152 left in the fourth. So we'll keep watching that game intensely. But back on the Chicago Bulls.
Ricky is at the line right now for the next shot.
They also made two moves as well as far as filling out the rest of their executive branch. They brought in AC Law, former NBA player and former Chicago Bull. He will be the vice president of player personnel. And then they brought in, let me make sure I got his name correct. I apologize. Please forgive me. Make sure I got his name right. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. I just lost my tab. But yes, they also brought in somebody else as far as being a vice president of player management. So I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. I don't see it in my notes anymore. But yes, they brought him in as well to help fill out the rest of Bryson Graham's.
It's like more full staff than last time.
Yeah. So it looks like it won't be all on just two people like it was with Eversley and AK. So Excited to see what the Bulls do in the future. Excited this offseason to see what type of moves they make to go into this new season. So
it's an artist who say it's a blank canvas.
Yeah. So
it's with the amount of contracts you have in your books, the amount of draft picks, the amount of money. This literally, you can paint this. You can make this team in whatever image you want.
Senior Mervis, is now the vice president of basketball operations. He was also with the Orlando Magic. That's what I was trying to name.
So what do you think we go with if we don't do any trades? Where are we going to draft here? What do you think is something that is a need at number 4 too? It's a great spot.
I like the kid.
And you better not draft another Patrick Williams.
Man, but that's
the last time we had the 4th pick.
Yeah. I like this kid.
And we did nothing.
I like this kid. What is his name? Caleb Wilson.
I'll bring it back.
Caleb Wilson. I like him.
Yes.
I also like Carlos Boozer's son. So I think you got a couple things there. Pretty much everybody's going to be a starter. So I think that potentially whoever you get is going to be a starter no matter what. So
what position you think? What position would you like to see him addressed? Want to see him get a wing? Want to get a big?
See, that's the point. I don't know because at this point, I don't know who the starters are going to be.
I mean, at this point, we know. I know at least the guards are going to be at least handled.
So it's like I don't know, man.
And do you bring back like a Colin Sexton? Do you bring in Anthony Simons?
I think
you have their rights, but are they after what happened last year? Do you stay for that?
I think you see players like Colin Sexton, Anthony Simmons. Simons. I think both of those guys walk.
And we still don't have a coach. We don't know what the team.
I'm excited to see what they do about that.
This is before we were talking about the draft. We need a coach.
Yeah, you know who my first pick is to be a coach.
I don't have a bus driver.
You know who my first pick is to be a coach. You already know.
Doc Rivers. I knew it.
Oh gosh, no.
Okay.
Cool. No, Doc's done. He's not coaching anymore. He's done.
Austin.
What? His son?
I'm sorry. I'm being stupid.
No, that was good though. But I'm gonna honestly say I think that you bring back Tibbs.
You told me that.
I think
you did. I thought she was on something different there, bro.
I think you go no hard feelings. Things happened on our first venture. It didn't work out the way we wanted it to with the Derrick Rose injury, and then getting back and forth into it with that old regime of Gar and Pax, and they're gone now. Well, Pax still works for the organization, but he has nothing to do with managing the day-to-day operations of making the team and the roster. So I don't see why you don't bring back Tibbs. He knows how to build a culture. He knows how to establish a culture. He can get the best out of his players. Unfortunately, he has the reputation of running his players into the ground.
Boozelis is gonna die.
But
I'm just saying that kid, he got no meat on his bones.
That's true. But at the same time, though, he knows winning basketball and he knows how to build a culture. And so right now, the most important thing that the Bulls can do, whatever they do, is they need to establish a team coach with an identity. And you start there with getting the right coach in and an identity. And I think that Tibbs can do that because he's proven plenty of times wherever he went, they played winning basketball. Whether they went all the way to the finals or not is a whole different story. But he's regarded as one of the best coaches in the league. So I don't understand why you don't give him another shot back in Chicago. Because to me, they should have never let him go.
I'm with you on that one. I was an advocate for him, his dismissal being premature as well as just wait, why are we dismissing this guy just because egos? And that's where it came down to at the end of it, in my opinion. Is hey, somebody was not happy about this. Well, I don't want you on my team. I don't want you on my team. I didn't even need you on my team. You know what? Shove it. Whatever it was. Now, but if that never happened, we would never got the best practice in NBA history with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Honestly, that might be just worth it alone by itself.
Yeah.
Jimmy just going, "You need me." I'm being very, very polite.
To buy yourself for me?
No, that wasn't yet. That was Philadelphia, buddy. That's
where he went to after that.
Yeah, we're just Minnesota at this point, where he's sitting there telling you, "Effing something need me. You need me." Jimmy, sir, please, Minnesota. There's kids here.
Language. Well, that should wrap up our Bulls talk. We'll see what happens with the coaching staff, and we'll see what happens come with that with the draft. So plenty more to talk about in the future. But, man, before we get out of here, I got a fun game that I want to play with you.
Let's do it.
All right. So those you don't know, and if you've been under a rock and not listening to us, again, we talked about the NFL to start the show. We talked about the Bears, the new roster, the schedule release with Herb Howard. And so I got a little fun game of trivia that I want to play.
Oh, it's always fun.
So this is going to be a fun one. So I picked some old logos that teams used to have to represent them from back in the day. And so You, the audience on Facebook Live, will also see these logos and have to figure out what team's logo this actually is. Turbine, of course, you're going to guess. And so we're going to go from there. So I'm going to get this party started. So
Go ahead.
let's find out who's first on the board.
I'm ready.
I'm bringing in a logo right now. And Facebook Live, Turbine,
I know this.
what NFL team logo is this?
I'll wait, but I do know this team.
Okay.
It's how old.
Go ahead. Go ahead and answer.
It's Cleveland Browns.
Yes, you are correct. That is Brownie the elf. I don't know why they got an elf as their mascot. I don't know what made them decide to do that.
The contract with Keebler ended up.
Hey, clearly, I like the dog. I like the dog pound thing, but I have no idea why.
I didn't even know they had this, but I knew this. I seen this. Trust me, I've seen this in the past, bro. This is
And fun fact, he was also their logo at midfield for last season.
You know what? I think I did see that. I think I did see that. Yeah,
Yes. So Brownie the elf made a comeback last year. So yeah, that was fun.
All right. Let's take the next one.
All right, let's go to the next one.
I'll join the Facebook audience or the YouTube audience to see what we're looking at here.
Let's do it.
I know this one already. It's a great old school one, but
Yeah.
this one is clearly the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Absolutely, you are correct. What gave it away? The steel beam and the steel worker?
That as well as the black and yellow, black
You
and
know
yellow,
it.
black and yellow.
My bad. All right, let's go to the next video. Well, photo, excuse me.
Image, yeah. Now you trying to trick me on this one. You're trying to really trick me on this one.
Yes, buddy.
If I gotta be correct with this
Yes,
one,
you have to.
This one is the Tennessee Titans old logo. However, it previous to the franchise's move prior to being in Tennessee. They were once in Houston before the Houston Texans were an organization. This is a logo for the Houston Oilers.
Ding, ding, ding. You are correct. Mundo. Yes, you are correct. This is the Houston Oilers logo. Best throwback jerseys in the NFL by far.
Oh, the fact that they still rock it in Tennessee is dope.
Dope, man. And you know what's funny? They also rebranded their logo and their colors, and they changed them over to the Houston Oilers colors this season.
Okay.
So, yeah, excited to see that fresh start. Next logo. Let's do it. Let's bring it on in.
Seriously? This isn't the Rams. I don't know what team is this.
You are correct, Mundo. That is the Los Angeles Rams, their first logo that actually looks like a Ram.
This doesn't even look like a logo. This looks like a picture in a museum. Like this was in like the Cretaceous era, and we found the skull.
Yeah, we found the fossil.
It's just, and it was like scanned in 1937, like 92.
Hey,
like this should be in Jurassic Park 1. I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's definitely the logo, man. That's the frozen logo. So I like this better.
Doesn't look inspiring.
I like this better than their new last two logos. I mean, to turn the LA and
yellow.
all that to a logo to turn it to a Ram. Come on, man. Go back to the Ram look, man.
The horns still
Get the
always
actual
iconic.
animal.
The horns are always iconic.
Exactly, but man, I don't like the last two new logos because they're going into the season with a new logo. Just not a fan. It's boring. Get creative. So I'll definitely choose the old logo, that one over this one. All right, let's go to the next image.
Oh wow, this is hard.
Really, I would have thought you got this on the first try.
I think I do.
Facebook audience, what do you think? What do you think?
This one
easy.
along with the color scheme.
Okay.
I'm assuming this is the Colts.
You are wrong.
Okay. No. With these colors. Oh my god, I'm blank. Is it the Chargers?
Wrong. You get one more to try.
Is this a current team?
Yes.
Like it's not like,
This
the
is their-
Oilers and the Texans.
No, this is their official first logo.
Okay.
I would have thought you got it on the first try because it's so obvious. To me, at least.
I'm looking at the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I'm just it's over my head right now.
Mm-hmm. It definitely is.
Yeah, I think it is.
I wouldn't say look at the stadium. Look at the rest of the logo.
The Cowboys?
No, you are wrong.
Who is it?
Final score by looks like
Yep, the Sky ended up going
the Sky
down.
went down.
91-83 to the Mercury.
First
loss of the year.
Yeah.
Dang, ladies.
It happens. They got another
Hey,
game
Sydney
coming, so-
said it's the Baltimore Colts.
Yeah. Sydney, you are wrong as well. So, you got your 3 strikes and you're out.
Okay, what is it?
This logo is the New York Giants, the New York Football Giants.
You know
the
what?
Big blue.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
You see the Giant player standing over the stadium is blue. I would have thought you got it on the first try.
You know what? When you painted it, when you walk me to the door, yes, that makes total sense. That makes total sense.
The New York Football Giants. They also had a similar logo that they moved on.
Also, very
this.
lazy. Very, very lazy.
But they had a similar logo that moved on from this, but it also
He's
had
a Giant.
It had the New York skyline.
Perspective.
They had the New York skyline in it, so it was pretty obvious to get that one. So I picked the one with the stadium.
Dude.
So yes, that is the New York Football.
Whatever.
Giants.
I'm 4 for 5.
Hey, it's all good, man. It's all good, man. I'm just glad I finally got you on one. All right, let's go to the next one.
Good one. That was a good one.
Bring that on up. Facebook Live. Let's see if you can get this one.
That's a 49er.
Man, how did you get that? See, I would have thought you would have.
That's a prospector, bro. Gold Rush, Niners.
How do you see that? You don't see the New York Football Giants, but you get that.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with.
How did you like? I can see the colors.
That looks like a prospector. Niners.
He's shooting guns. He look like Yosemite Sam. He's not.
That guy looks like he's coming out the box of Woody with the dude Stinky Pete from Toy Story 2.
He's shooting the gun and look like he got a beer in his other hand. Oh, never thought he was picking up gold.
You thought I would have been Buccaneer? No, that's them pistols or revolvers, bro. That's not a cowboy.
Yeah, but
I mean that's not a pirate. That's a cowboy.
I would have thought he was going for gold or something. I would never thought he was a prospector to go as a 49er. But hey, you are correct. That is definitely the San Francisco 49ers.
I can't believe I didn't get the Giants, but I got that.
That's what I'm saying. I would have thought it was the opposite way around. That's crazy. All right, let's go to the next one.
Ant-Man on his way to Cancun, looks like.
Yep.
Detroit Lions.
Shout out, Brother Wall. Easy. Detroit Lions. Yes, that was the
when they brought these back like a couple years ago, a year or so ago, with them black jerseys with the blue everything, bro. That was nice.
Yeah, they were fresh. Ain't gonna lie, them jerseys was nice. They should have definitely keep those in rotation. All right, let's go to the next image.
I'm only missed one so far, bro.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see if we can get this one. Okay, so let me oh, well, it didn't pop up. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second, please.
Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, it looks like I have to remove a couple things. But okay, let's go to the next one. See if I can bring it in now. Oop, I pressed the wrong button.
We're working on it, guys. We're working on it, but I'm still killing it right now.
Please forgive me. He's killing it. He's doing this thing, and I'm very proud of him. So let's go. I'm sorry. Let's see. Here we go. Press the wrong button. All right, here we go. Next one. This should be obvious.
It's the Patriots, bro.
Absolutely. The color scheme and everything is a Patriot.
The London Sillinellis.
Yeah. The London Sillinellis. Great callback, man. Shout out Peter Griffin. For those of you know, you know. If you don't know, now you know.
Yeah, you know.
All right. Next,
How's it going? That really is old school.
Here we go. Next image.
The Buccaneers.
God dang it, you got it again. Absolutely. You are on a roll, Turbine.
I still can't believe I got the Giants wrong, but
see,
whatever.
These creamsicle jerseys and this logo are my favorite in the NFL. Like them and the Patriots, the last one that we just saw, I love these two.
Those
logos.
are our former divisional rivals.
Which is still crazy. A lot of people don't know that.
That makes sense that they're all the way down, touching dang near Cuba, but we're up here with Detroit and Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Never knew how that was a divisional opponent before they restructured everything. I don't get it.
You know, they just wanted to see a Florida team travel to the Midwest every December.
But that's the same thing with Jacksonville being in the Texas being the same division with the Colts. Like how?
Indoors.
I guess.
If we had indoor stadium, that's the way you get around it. That's the way you get around it. Heaters.
Makes sense. All right. Last logo.
I do it.
Oh, Lordy.
Hang
on. I got another problem. Technical difficulties, but I'm going to bring it up in a moment. Please forgive me. All right. Let's bring this image back up.
What you got for me?
You
got? Like I said, 9-1. Why? Why would you bring that as the last one? I intentionally want to get that wrong. Is this the Wisconsin Herd?
No.
It's the Badgers?
Yeah, well, Badgers are in Wisconsin, but not that team.
It's the Green Bay Packers. Why?
It's the Green Bay Packers. You are correct.
It's off my screen.
Yes, it's the Green Bay Packers.
I want to see it on my screen, Titus.
Yes, that is the Green Bay Packers' first logo. Man, I'm glad you got all these, man. You got the only one you missed was the Giants. Congratulations, man. You did pretty good.
Yeah, everybody missed Big Blue.
Hey.
Because they don't do much.
Yeah. Oh, shots fired. All right, I got a bonus one for you to see if you can figure this one out.
Okay, let's see if you can stop me.
I doubt it.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Philadelphia Eagles.
You are absolutely correct. The Kelly Green. Philadelphia Eagles
The
logo.
Seattle Seahawks.
I was
Baltimore
hoping-
Ravens.
and I was hoping it was full body so you can
The
go.
Baltimore Ravens, St. Patrick's Day alternates.
You know?
Oh my God.
Oh man, yeah. I was
Man.
hoping.
All right. Well, that's a fun game, too. I
I'm
like
glad you
that. I
enjoyed
like
it,
that.
man.
Bring
Just
it back.
to
Bring it
kick
back
off-
next week.
Kick off the new NFL season. I got some great ones for you next week. Next week, I'm gonna give you a preview for it. And the audience, we are going to do MLB logos. So don't study it. Don't study. I'm telling you now. Have fun with it. Don't study. Don't cheat.
Don't cheat.
Don't ask ChatBT or whatever.
GPT.
That too. Don't ask them. Don't start Googling things.
Or his cousins.
You know, just wait. Have fun with us, and we're gonna play this game next
You
week.
don't know. You even know the logos. You can try to study this, but you trust me, you don't know which one they are.
And fun fact, you want to know the only logo that has never changed in the NBA?
I actually know this one.
Go ahead and name it.
Yo, baby, young Chicago Bulls.
You know it, baby. Only logo that's never changed.
So nice, you don't need to do it twice.
Exactly. My man.
And we're going to wrap it up here for this edition of The Fundamentals. We thank you guys for tuning in with us and riding with us as far as you have, wherever you may be, whether it was on YouTube, whether it was on the Facebook, on VON's radio, VON's app, wherever. If you're not here, you out there, which means you out there, you on those airwaves. So we knew you guys were here with us.
Shout out to Drake, too. Even though I don't like Drake no more. Just because of the fact is he dropped an album called Iceman and wore that Green Bay Packers ugly jacket. I took it personal. And that's why Kendrick beat him in a rap battle. Sorry. I took that personal.
Hey, what Michael say? And I took that personally.
I took it personal.
I took that personally.
But shout out to Drake, though, releasing 3 albums today. That's pretty cool.
Well, that's going to do it for me and T-Dub. So, another edition. I am Arturo Garza, DJ Turbine.
I am Titus Tidwell Williams.
Until next time we touch these mics and touch you guys' ears. Peace.
Go Sox.
Go Cubs, go.
My jewelry really selling fruits, and they joking, man. Know the you was sunset.
Surrender, retreat, we all in too deep.